Hey y'all, what's going on? Get in here, please. I was supposed to be live a good little minute ago, but I had an emergency to pop up and I had to address it. But we are in here for the mess. We in here for the mess today. My throat has been giving me a fit. As some of you know, those of you who's been in Discord, y'all know I have been suffering. And y'all know, those of y'all who've been around for a while, y'all know I went through this my first year on YouTube. Hey, Cultivate with Ka. Hi. I like your name. Welcome. Thank you, Siobhan. I appreciate you. So yeah, it's been a little crazy. Y'all know I went through this with my throat before, like back in 2021. And apparently I'm going through it again. I don't know why it's so bad, but it's been pretty bad. Hey, DT. So yeah, and DT is giving y'all the topics for the day. Let me greet who's here. I do apologize for my tardiness. I'm gonna be as quick as possible and get into this thing. Happy to be happy. Thank you for being like number 2. Happy TGIF. Bianca the Beautiful is running the chat, and we appreciate her. Too Adorable is number 4. My Peanut is number 6. She is number 6, y'all. Okay. Who else we got up in here? Delicia. Hey, girl. She's number 10. My Sweet. Makeup Addict. How you doing? Inel. Y'all make sure y'all hitting the like button. Don't forget your engagement button, ladies. Inel is number 9. I thank you. Fatima is number 16. I appreciate you. So is DS. D Crazy is here to run that reflection corner. Yvette is all the way here from Birmingham, UK. I appreciate that. And she's number 20. Latrice Marshall. Oh, no, she didn't say we need to stop the Drew BS. No, ma'am, we will not. If you sensitive, I advise you go somewhere else. I want you to stay because I like you. But, honey, every time I catch them wrong, drag I'm going to do. But happy Friday, and I'm so glad to see you, my love. And I ain't going to never leave her alone. I don't leave none of them alone. Y'all kill me with that. I done told y'all. Hey, Miss Nisi. Hey, Melanin Coco. I've warned y'all so many times. If you are sensitive and you don't want your faves to get dragged, this ain't the place to be because I drag them all. I am Chief Drag them all. Hey, D. Seratinas, how you doing? Thank you for being 24. I appreciate you. Camille Fun in the house. Hey, boo. How you doing? Black Smile is number 26. I appreciate you. Thank you. Cultivate with Ka is number 30. Thank you so much. And we got Auntie Eva here. She's number 26. Yeah, y'all get comfortable because we got a lot of mess going on. When I tell you, as a matter of fact, now, since our good sis told me to leave Drew alone, how about I'm going to start with Drew? We're going to start with her. Miss Sparkle, our resident Mary Kay lady, is in the house. So y'all hit your engagement button, hit your like button, put your like number in the chat. You knew? Thank you. Welcome. Listen, I need y'all to spam the chat with the word welcome for Cultivate with Ka. Thank you. Welcome, honey. Let me put my welcome in the chat too, because I don't want to be delinquent in my welcoming. I'm so glad to have you here. You're super welcome. Sabra, hi. Thank you for being number 33. Queen in the house. Hey, thank you, sis. I got to call you. Me and you got to catch up. Girl, so much has happened. We got to catch up. Linda Lewis, how you doing? It's the first time. Thank you. God bless you. Y'all, this is Linda's first time too. Please welcome Linda in the chat. Put your welcomes in the chat for Linda and Cultivate with Ka. Okay, let me put my welcome here for Linda as well. Thank y'all. Also, guys, if you're new, please let us know in the chat. Or if you don't want to type out a message, just put FTL for first time live. And we will welcome you personally and individually because we are happy to have you here. All right, Queen is number 24. That's your lucky number, girl. I know that's right. Oh, I see the welcomes in the chat. I appreciate you. Thank you. We're so glad to have you. Yep, and welcome to Linda. And I mean spam the chat. I'm not joking. Y'all know better than that. Okay, so listen, every single time, sugar, every time, because we are happy to have you here. We are. I promise you that. And I will let y'all know, those of you who are new, I'm going to give you a little warning, okay? Just want you to be aware. Hey, Brandon, I love you, Brandon. Let me give y'all a little bit of a warning, okay? Now, what goes on this porch, all right, is a whole lot of cutting up, a whole lot of gossiping. We got a whole lot of opinions about a whole lot of people, okay? Hey, it's Tish. Welcome, y'all. Like this video, share this video, and make sure that you keep your like number in case I call for it, okay? But everybody has a different fave. So the rules around here is no arguing, no bickering, no name calling in my chat. It's never going to be okay. So don't you try it. That's number one. Number two, everybody going to like somebody that you don't like. Everybody's going to dislike somebody that you do like. And when it comes to me, the host, I don't like none of these heifers. So you don't know what's going to come out my mouth. Please don't come in here crying because I drug your fave. Understand when you get here that your fave may get dragged. If they do something that's drag worthy, we gonna do it. Dragging is happening. And I don't care who it is. I don't. That's right. And a whole lot of nicknames, because I call people a whole lot of nicknames. I don't do no cussing, but if y'all curse, that's fine in my chat. Please just misspell your curse words. Please be respectful of each other. Please respect my moderators. They're here to keep the chat safe for you and for me. And please respect your hosts, because even though I love y'all, I don't want to have to act up, because that's not nice. So let's all be nice. Let's all be sweet. Let's crack jokes and keep it real. Okay. Quiet Storm 87. Hey, thank you for being number 38. That's right. Save that like number. Today could be your lucky day. You know, we play the like lottery over here. Queen say, please, let's be civil. This is not a war zone, but hey, TGIF. That's right. Yeah, we got nicknames. We ain't gonna, get real rough. It depends. I will say this. Some of these men, and I use that term loosely, some of the men that show up in our social media spaces that are streamers, some of the male celebrities are really gross. And sometimes we may end up calling them some colorful names, but we try to keep it light, jokey, shady, stuff like that. But let's keep all commentary on the people we gossiping on. Hey, Nina Ross, thank you for being number 40, girl. Miss Malaysia World. All right. But yeah, so that's what's going on. So we don't start with Ralph and Drew. Oh, we're going to start with them, because I said to leave her alone, and I'm telling you, we ain't never leaving her alone. Her and that little midget she's married to, Ralph Pittman, we got to get into it, because both of these people, if y'all saw the thumbnail, you know what time it is. They are two lying peas in a pod. Two lying peas in a pod. So let me tell you what I found, right? If my voice cracks, I apologize in advance. My throat is better than it was, but it's not 100%. So forgive me in advance if it does do a little crackage. But let me tell you what I found when I couldn't run my mouth like I wanted to. I found out that the court documents are indeed unsealed, but apparently people have to pay to get the documents. So there's a couple of YouTubers that paid for the documents. I was able to find out what they found out. And to be honest, both of these people are terrible people, Ralph and Drew. And to be very honest with y'all, I now believe that they are actually going through a divorce. I didn't really know whether to believe them in the beginning, because they both lie so much, right? But now I do believe that we can confirm, like, officially they are actually getting a divorce. But these people are horrible people. Like, I feel like they should just go ahead and make up. We already saw them feeding each other Memorial Day weekend, not each other, but seeing him putting food in her mouth with his hand and them acting all lovey-dovey and stuff. They may as well make up. These people are two peas in a pod. They have been playing with the audience for far too long. Cultivate with Kai said, I heard Drew into that crunching munch on the low. Child, that's what everybody said. Mimi put her out there first. Rashida confirmed, and Candy didn't deny. So that's definitely the word on the curb. And then Phaedra shaded her and said that she heard she liked tacos and not hot dogs. So ain't my business. She grown. Cultivate with Kai said, Drew can't act like a saint when she contributed to infidelity. Good point. Yeah, right. Them lyrics, she can't breathe and she got to weave. Yes, I remember the lyrics, DT. You on point. So listen. Oh, you sent a cash? Oh, my bad. Hold on. I had to grab the iPad because y'all know I don't be paying attention. And it's my fault. Like, there's nobody to blame but me. I don't pay attention to stuff like I should. Siobhan, thank you for the Cash App. Let me pop it open so I can send a heart back. Hold on. I want to send a heart back to Siobhan. There you go. There you go. All right. Okay. Hold on. It's trying to let. Okay. I was about to say, why it won't let me send Siobhan a heart? That's not cool. Okay. Siobhan, thank you so much for the Cash App. Delightful by Design. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Thank you for being number 43. All right. Okay. So listen. Listen now. It was confirmed on Basketball Wives. Oh yeah, because Ming Lee was fronting. Ming Lee had confronted what's the name? Ty Young about Drew. So yeah, it's out there. Like, it's literally out there. Now, of course, Drew tried to make us feel like Ralph was the one putting that story on her, but literally, it wasn't Ralph putting that story on her. Mimi was the one that first told us about that. Now, straight up. Honestly, if it wasn't for Mimi, we wouldn't know. If I'm being fair. Oh, and Courtney sent a Cash App too. Thank you, sis. She said for the chat. Let me send her a heart too. And of course, thank you to Siobhan. Thank you, ladies. Y'all so sweet. My sister sent support. My first support of the day came from Siobhan and from Courtney. Thank you, guys. So listen. So hey, Ruth Ann. So anyway, the content creators that went and got the information. Hey, Ruth Ann. So I took notes, but I want to just read it from where she posted it, because she posted it in Reddit, and I don't have a problem reading it from her. And I think I'm gonna I gotta be looking at it to tell you the name, because I want y'all to have the name too, so y'all can go and grab it. Okay, Ruth Ann, thank you for being number 44. That's why Drew didn't want the divorce litigation exposed, because it would reveal her skeletons. That's true. And Drew did a lot of lying, and Ralph lies all the time. I feel like these people are literally made for each other. And in the process of doing this stuff, in the process of digging up this stuff, I found out that, let me tell you something. Ralph Pittman, the midget that he is, Ralph Pittman is as big of a liar and a manipulator and a bad actor as Drew Sidora. Oh, we're going to talk about him too. Yes, we are. Oh, yeah. Because it's just a bit much. So there's the YouTuber is actually somebody called Attorney Simone. I don't know her. Hey, Shannon Campbell, thank you for being number 44. YouTube Magaline Lamar, thank y'all, sis. So anyway, her name is Attorney Simone. And what I'm going to tell y'all is Ralph, like, literally in the process of, I guess, filing his paperwork, and from what she said, Drew had not responded yet. From what they put on their Reddit, is that Drew had not responded yet, and the stuff that he put out on her that's in this paperwork, I don't feel like it's just the stuff with Ty Young that Drew is trying to hide. Drew also, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, it's not for nothing, But I think she's also trying to hide some of this financial stuff that she didn't quite tell the truth about too. I'm being for real. She didn't tell the truth about the financial stuff. It was a lot of lies told. So I'm going to read you what she said she saw in his filing that she's saying that Drew has not responded to yet. Or at least when she put this up, she said Drew hadn't responded yet, and I don't see where she's updated it. So let me just read you what she said, okay? Hey, Belicious. How you doing, girl? Happy Friday. So listen, this is what she said she saw. Now, this is her recap. Y'all got to go check with Attorney Simone on YouTube. I'm reading and being told she has a YouTube channel, so y'all check this sister out. Always support Black content creators, and make sure you hit the like button. Even if you don't stay long, hit the like button, support, okay? Hey, Jay Darkness, thank you for being 46. Right, a beard and her lace front. That's exactly what it's given. So listen, right? Now, the recap is Ralph was made to live in the basement via the court order, and Drew made his office her glam room, and we saw this on the show. Drew has to vacate the home first, third, and fifth weekend of the month by Friday. We saw that too. Ralph has the same rules on the second and fourth weekend. We know that. Okay. They were ordered to communicate via the Family Wizard app. I've heard of that before, and it usually happens when it's a contentious situation where both parties, are making allegations against each other. That way the court can control what's being said, who said it, and they can see, your communications, and that's how they want them to communicate. That way there's control, and it's not just a free-for-all or whatever, right? So we got that. Hold on. So we have that out of the way, okay? They have a temporary order which said that Ralph has to pay the mortgage, the taxes, the HOA costs, okay? So he pays the bills, and Drew is supposed to pay the exterminator bill. Now, if y'all recall, put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember seeing that on the show, and she came running to him to say, well, my attorney said you supposed to pay that too, and he outed her and was like, I'm paying all the bills already. You can pay that, right? So this lady, Attorney Simone, I don't know her, sis. If you see this, I don't know you. I'm just reading what you put in the Reddit because you saw the documents, and I'm not paying no $800 to read no documents for these people. I don't like them good enough for that. Okay, I see the one. So y'all remember that, right? Okay, bet. Thank y'all for, interacting and letting me know that y'all hear me and you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, and that, if y'all recall that scene, Drew got mad that he said that he was paying the bills and ran out to sit in her car and pretend to cry because she wanted him to be quiet really quick, right? So it's been confirmed by this YouTuber who is Attorney Simone, who read the documents, that he was indeed paying all the bills and she was supposed to pay the exterminator bill. Okay, now this is where we find out some stuff we did not know. So they both were ordered by the court to pay for their own cars. Drew asked the court if she could use one of his cars for the nanny, and the judge said no. I'm not sure why she would ask to use one of his cars for the nanny, but I don't want to suggest anything. I'm just going to read what's here. But apparently she asked if she could use one of his cars for the nanny, and the judge told her, no, ma'am. Okay. Ain't no child support payments. Now, y'all remember, what was that? Not this week gone, or the week before, was it? When she was talking with her mama. Y'all remember what her mama said? The preacher, the pastor, her mama told her, he ain't paying no child support. Me and the sister been helping you with the child. So something's going on with this money situation. I don't know what it is, but something's going on. Naturally, he's not paying child support because he's still in the house, paying all the bills in the house. However, we did hear her mama say something funny about that, and then Drew, pretended like she was emotional and walked away to break that conversation up too. That's her move. Anytime she's already set a narrative and somebody goes to out it, she'll pretend to cry and run off to stop the conversation. And it worked on Ralph and the mama. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so ain't no child support. He's living in the basement because he told the court he cannot afford to move. Okay. because he's paying all the bills in the house, and he's claiming he cannot afford to leave the basement, pay all the bills in the house, and then pay all the bills in another place. Okay. Right. Cultivate with Ka. That's right, baby. That's exactly what she do. That's what she do. Ralph has changed attorneys 3 times. He now has the female attorney. Well, she says female, the lady attorney. I hate that term, female. We're ladies. He has the lady attorney that we saw on the show now. He's still with the lady attorney. The documents they had don't have full salary information. She says that a channel or a lady who runs a channel on YouTube called Reality, so check her out too, said the whole file would cost $800, and you know, they're reviewing the docs. I don't know why Drew is trying to hide all this stuff. Let it come on out. That way it's not your word against his, it's just the truth, right? Now, there was a motion filed by Ralph saying he was seeking an evidentiary hearing. They made their money through Drew Sidora LLC. All the payments from Drew Endeavors went there. So I guess when she did her movies or any acting roles, TV shows, specials on Lifetime or wherever, the money was going into the Drew Sidora LLC. Okay, y'all listen. This is where it gets interesting. This is where it gets interesting. After Drew filed for divorce in February, her lawyer went and terminated the LLC. Ralph was getting 40% of the LLC, and Drew was getting 60%. Now, if y'all recall on the show, put a 3 in the chat if y'all remember what Drew said. Drew said that he was trying to get 40%. He was asking for 40%. It looks like he was already getting 40%, and then y'all terminated this one and went and opened another one, which I understand protecting your money, but what kind of arrangement did you have with this man? Because was this a marriage or a business arrangement? We're going to get into that later. Okay, because it's giving business arrangement. Okay, thank you, Cultivate with Ka. Ka remembers her saying that he was asking for 40% of her LLC. I guess the rest of y'all don't remember or wasn't watching. I don't know. But it's giving, y'all had a business arrangement. I'm not even sure this was a real marriage, and I told y'all from the beginning. Before Drew Sidora started her first season on this show, thank you, DS. Y'all, if y'all recall, the rumors were out. Because I didn't even know who she was. Like when I saw her, I was like, oh, I seen her in the Step Up movie, some movie with, you know, the clear children dancing around and stuff. But I didn't really know her name. And I remember people showing me clips of her being on The Game, you know, with Derwin and Melanie and Tasha and all that. So, but I didn't know like her proper name. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how it is. You have actresses and actors that you see, and you know their faces when you see them and stuff, and you basically like, oh, that's that girl that was in that movie. I didn't know who she was. And so before she started her first season on RHOA, yep, she was also in White Chicks. I remember that. Then I found out she was in the TLC documentary. I remember hearing all of these things, and then I put a name with the face because I had seen her and stuff, but I didn't know exactly who she was, right? So dig. Before she started that first season and people were trying to make us know who she was, the rumors came out at that time that her husband had been hanging out at Swingin' Richards in Atlanta. Now, I've been told Swingin' Richards has since been shut down in Atlanta, but I was told, the people were saying that her husband was hanging out at Swingin' Richards. So that's why for me and some other people who had heard the gossip, when they first came on the show and she was like, oh, he was in Tampa for 3 days and I didn't know where he was. It was like, okay, first, this sounds fake. Secondly, was he with a man or a woman? Who was your husband with? Which is all the more reason why I'm starting to feel like y'all have a business arrangement. It's not giving a romantical entanglement. This is giving business arrangement. It's giving you both needed to be married or look married or present some image to some people. I don't know what your game was, but I don't believe it's legit. The fact that in your divorce paperwork, we find out that you had Drew Sidora LLC, where all of your acting work was being paid through, and he was getting 40% of that until y'all file for divorce. And then your lawyer dissolved that one and set up a new one. And now you're saying he's trying to get 40%. It's giving that y'all had a business arrangement and he wants the 40% he was already getting, is what it's looking like to me. I don't know. Okay. And her lawyer dissolved it. And the court papers are saying that Ralph was unaware that had happened for a whole year, which says to me, he couldn't have been getting that much money, because if you were, you would have known that you didn't get that money for a whole year. The fact that he didn't get no money for a whole year and it took him a year to figure it out, he wasn't getting that much from her. She then opened 2 more LLCs in other states and funneled the money that would have gone there through those other ones. The new ones were created in California and Illinois. Ralph alleges that Drew spoke with people who he previously worked with and told them not to communicate with Ralph or involve him in company business. Okay, well, y'all going through a divorce. I get it. But, you know, at least now we can see why he was trying to get the lawyer recused, because he felt like, okay, it's a conflict of interest because she helped you dissolve an LLC. But I'm like, it's given y'all had a business arrangement. I don't think this was a romantic marriage at all. I think, you know, all the pretending like she's so hurt. Drew, you're a bad actress, and so is your husband. Yvette says, right, it was weird the way they came on the show with him missing in Tampa. Then he bought the house without her knowing. Right. That was weird. That was weird. Cultivate says, I still think it was a burgundy flag when Ralph didn't want to adopt Drew's son. You know what? I'm gonna tell you the truth, Suge. I think Drew was doing that to make a storyline, to make herself interesting. I think she knew Ralph was never going to adopt that man's child, and I think they had discussed it before they came on the show that she was going to pretend like she wanted him to do that, and he was supposed to like graciously refuse. Oh, you just texted me. My bad. Peanut in the chat. Okay. You over there already? Okay, got it. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. All right. Thank you, Peanut. So you know what I'm saying? Like the whole thing with them, everything that Ralph and Drew has been giving us is given fabricated. These people are con artists in the first degree. These are first degree con artists, y'all. I'm telling you. So then all the LLC stuff, get this. So this is the next thing that's in this paperwork that I find very interesting. Drew reallocated her 1099s to the new LLC, which would make sense, right? Because she got a new LLC. She's trying to make sure that the money she makes goes to her, regardless of whatever arrangement they had before. I don't even want to get into that because I don't even know how that works, right? But anyway, so she reallocated her 1099s to the new LLC. Then he said, listen, according to the paperwork, she then went to a loan shark and got a 6-figure loan with a high interest rate and used the marital home as collateral and defaulted on it. Now we're starting to see a little bit more why the judge is not telling Ralph, oh, you got to move out. Wow. Y'all, that's crazy. I'm going to be honest, that's crazy. So the house is in risk of foreclosure. And all of this was done against a court order. Okay. The only income Ralph was showing, because if y'all recall, Drew keeps saying he won't show his income. He won't show his income. She told us on the TV, oh, I know he make good money, but he won't report his income. So the only income he's telling the court about is the money he was getting from the LLC. He don't want to give up his income. That's why I say he's a scammer too. Sir, report your income. Whether this was a business arrangement or not, you married this lady, you have a child with this lady, and so we're going to need you. We're going to need you to report your income so she can get her child support and so she can get her some spousal support. Okay? Now, that's what it is. The fact that he's trying to duck and dodge, handing over his paperwork, The only money you want to show is what you was getting from the LLC. Ralph, who are you fooling? Can we be for real? Can we be for real? Do y'all mind? Do you mind? I hope you don't. Ralph, you full of crap too. Because the idea that you think that we're stupid, that the only money that you're going to show the court is what you was getting from the LLC. Sir, you had some money, because if you didn't have no money, you wouldn't have been able to go grab no house behind her back. That's one. If the only money you was getting was from the LLC, there's no way in hell they could have switched that LLC for a whole year and you wasn't going to know that you didn't get no money. If that was your only source of money, sir, you would have known the first month you didn't see a check. You didn't realize it for a whole year because that is not your bread and butter, sir. Ralph don't want to turn his money over to that court because he don't want to have to pay that girl child support and alimony. And Ralph, you're going to have to pay her child support and alimony. You're going to have to. You clearly, by what's going on with these court documents, the judge even know that you the one making the money. That's why they're making you pay all the bills in that house. The judge ain't doing that to you for nothing because you making that money. Ralph don't want to pay his fair share. Now that he's done with whatever the arrangement is, he want to be rid of her, but he don't want to have to pay her no money. Well, sir, it's cheaper to keep her. It's cheaper to keep her. And the fact that she's a liar can't bother you that much because you just as big of a liar as her. And we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. But Ralph trying to hide his money because he don't want to pay for the wife. Okay? Now, hold on. So, let's catch back up to where we are, where she got borrowed that money, a 6-figure loan against the house, which was against the court order. Okay, he's refusing to turn over his money. Now, and he's claiming that she's withholding financial documents. And you know what? I believe that too. I believe both of them are trying to hide money. She wants to look like she got less than she has so she can take more for him. He's trying to pretend like he don't have it so the court don't make him pay. These are two liars. Like this is all I'm seeing here. He claimed that her share of the taxes for 2023 was $30,000 and she didn't pay it. And that was the last time they filed together. He's saying that she refused to pay the extermination bill. Well, we saw that on TV and only made one payment. Now this is the part that lets me know they had a business relationship. This is what lets me know these people came on TV playing in our face and lying. He said he performed duties behind the scenes and hired agents for Drew and was paid a distribution by Drew where the funds were deposited into the account and the payments to him included loan payments, because he claimed he loaned the LLC $150,000, of which $49,000 Drew ain't paid back yet. Well, that's your wife. Like, y'all go through the settlement first, show all the money, then we'll talk about what ain't been paid back. Said that his access to the business stopped distribution as the co-owner. No. Then, oh my God, get this. So now he done told on her to the court that she went and got $4,187 worth of unemployment benefits. Wow. So I guess that was during a time period when she wasn't earning nothing from the LLC. But he didn't have to tell everybody she went and got $4,187 in unemployment. That's a mess. They didn't have no prenup, so they got to split the costs. Yeah. So that's the bulk of this, and he's asking the court to penalize her and the attorney for $15,000 for going against the court order and dissolving the LLC, and pay $20,000 for his legal fees or whatever. So what is giving to me? What it is giving to me is that, again, we just got two liars. Like, I don't even know another way to tell y'all this. We got two liars. We got the battle of the liars. Okay? Battle of the liars. So we got one liar. We got one liar who is the original bad actress, which is Drew. We got another liar who is married to the bad actress, who is himself a bad actor or actress, depending on how you look at him. But let me show y'all something else. Hold on. Is this the one? I just want to make sure I got the right thing pulled up because y'all got to see this. Yep. So let me show y'all something else that you ain't ready for. Hold on. They not gaslighting. All that gaslighting stuff, that was him and Drew working together. They were working together. They're just bad actors. Just watch this. Watch this. Just watch. I promise you. Watch this. Mm-hmm. I want y'all to see something. This is Ralph before RHOA.
What are you feeling? A little anxious, you know. Doesn't seem like she's talking about anything, you know, that is inappropriate.
Married? You're not? That's cool.
All right, Mark, what's going on here? And she's kind of a good-looking guy, right? So inside, you got this little inner.
Hold on. Let me stop it so I can prep y'all for what's up. So apparently, Ralph Pittman has for a very long time wanted to be a TV star. Okay? Hey, sweet beloved, thank you for being number 53. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. Because this is what I need y'all to understand. We're dealing with two big liars, think the audience is stupid, and they're literally playing in our face. So this is Ralph Pittman. He tried to make his TV debut without Drew. Okay, this is before they got married. Okay. All right, Cultivate. Listen, Auntie gonna take you on a ride. So he tried to make his television debut. He tried to, you know, be a reality star before Drew. This man just wanted to be on television. So now it's making a lot more sense. Y'all remember his conversation with Shamia and Portia? Oh, we met this time and we got engaged in 3 months and we got married in this many months and we had a baby in this many months. These Negroes was getting together, putting together a whole situation so they could be reality TV stars. It's not for nothing that y'all come on Atlanta when clearly we can see that y'all marriage was already over. Y'all just came on this TV because both of y'all wanted to be TV personalities. This is why we got Ralph doing interviews all over the place. You know, you doing whole goddamn confessionals. We ain't got a confessional from Kenya Moore, who was a peach holder up until, you know, Bravo went and got rid of her for Bang Bang Sleazy. And while I am not a Kenya fan and never have been, as y'all know, right is right and wrong is wrong. So if we couldn't get a confessional from Kenya, why the hell we got to get confessionals from Ralph in suits with no shirt up under the blazer showing his taco meat? Because he wanted to be a TV star. Him and Drew came in this playing in our faces. Let me let this play because I want y'all to watch something. When it comes to how he talking to this lady here, it's acting. Ralph don't even give me he attracted to women, not on no level. Watch how he's interacting with this person, and then the guy that's going to come out and pretend like he's upset, and he's not a good actor either. Like, it's all bad acting. This reality TV got no reality in it. Thank you for the super chat, Queen. Say, please get some medicine ball from Starbucks for your throat. Hopefully it helps. I will watch the rest later tonight. Talk to you later, baby girl. Thank you, sis. We love you. Thank you for the support, sis. So listen, I'm going to go ahead and hit play. Y'all turn your sound up as best you can. The sound is not the best on this, but turn your sound up and just watch how Ralph interacts with this lady. And I won't say all of y'all, but a lot of y'all are always pointing out how he has no chemistry with Drew. Notice when he's talking to this lady, it's not much better. Look at him, head shaped like a thumb or a big toe. Look at it. Just don't look like nothing. Here you go.
Okay.
direct requirement.
You do a lot.
You've been watching this for a long time. What are you feeling? A little anxious, you know. Doesn't seem like she's talking about anything, you know, that is inappropriate.
Married? You're not? That's cool.
All right, Mark, what's going on here? And she's kind of a good-looking guy, right? So inside, you got this little little girl that just wants to be hugged.
Yeah, absolutely. All girls want to be hugged and loved and paid attention to.
So what are you?
I used to do that back in the Bible days.
Oh, looky there. Hey.
I don't like feet, but let me see your feet.
He's gone.
Oh, you got okay feet.
Okay, my feet look better than most girls.
This is true. Do you get pedicures?
Sometimes.
Yeah. You need one now. I can tell you.
Don't wash my woman's feet ever in your life. Ever in your life. I hope you drown, bitch. Don't you wash her feet. You understand that?
Are you serious?
He said, don't you wash her feet.
You understand that? Don't you ever in your life touch my girl. Don't get close. Don't wash her feet. I watch it long enough. I'll whoop your feet.
Wow,
You understand? Do you understand? Don't mark me. All the time. You like talk to him. You ain't coming here, bro.
Yeah, so we got y'all get the gist of where I'm going with this. Y'all get the gist of where I'm going with this, right? So Ralph done already had his reality TV debut. See, Ralph just wanted to be a TV star. He just wanted to be a rock star. That's all. See, Ralph wasn't looking to be nobody's husband. You understand me? Ralph wasn't looking to be nobody's husband. Ralph was looking to be a television star. Ralph wanted to be a star. So now we got Ralph in the confessionals. We got Ralph doing interviews. We got him and Drew playing in our face. Oh, they can't get along. Drew crying. Oh, Ralph treat her so bad. Oh, the house so terrible because Ralph in the house, he's so bad. Then we see where he done posted where y'all in the kitchen cooking together, grinning and skinning, and he feeding you hand to mouth. For her to jump on social media talking about y'all co-parenting. Baby, co-parenting do not require that man to be putting food in your mouth with his hand. That ain't got nothing to do with co-parenting. The children wasn't even in the same room. Excuse me, Pellegrino break. Have some, okay? The children wasn't even in the same room. So I'm like, explain to me how you co-parenting. Explain to me how this fancy co-parenting with no children works. How do we co-parent with no children? That's all I'm saying. These people have been playing in our face. That's why I said these two, when it come to Ralph and Drew, I'm going to tell y'all, like I told y'all when it came to Ashley Darby, you know, with her divorce that's never coming, Mia Thornton and her divorce that's never coming. Don't mention these people to me no more. Not as it, you know, pertains to a divorce or a marriage or whatever. Because at this point, it's very clear that this was not a real marriage. This was a business arrangement between two liars who want to be actors, one of which who's actually had acting jobs and one who has not. And I don't want to hear it no more because it's fake. Gifty say, you do well in your research. I first learned about Brit Eady's video of her carrying the pistol everywhere with her here on your channel. And that is, I do my best, Gifty. I do my best. Say, wait a minute. How you feel about her kissing and telling on that interview with Carlos? I said, since when do you kiss and tell? When you trying to spin a narrative? That's when. What kind of club? I mean, I'm just saying, everybody know what was going on down to the swinging Richards. That's all I'm going to say. Because I'm not here to knock nobody. Grown people do what they want to do. Okay? That's between you, your body, your life, and your God. It's none of my business. Okay? And heavy on I mind my business. Heavy on that. I mind my business. All right? So dig. That's it for them two. I'm kind of tired of them lying. I'm really over it. I don't want to hear nothing else about it. Now, we got to get into what's going on with Bang Bang Sleazy, her husband, another possible Lavender marriage, because I think that Ralph and Drew was giving Lavender. Okay, cultivate. That's what I'm saying. Come forth to carry Ralph home. All right, boo. But yeah, so Ralph and Drew gave me lavender. Brit and Mike, especially after that gentleman went on Tasha K's channel, and they respond to everything else, but they did not respond or have any response. Hey, my sweet, and had no response for that man saying that he was bending Bang Bang sleazy husband over. Did y'all forget? Because I didn't. Tell me y'all didn't forget. Because they're giving me lavender too. So y'all know she had that event on Sunday, that confusing event. Hey, Belize and JB. What's up, sis? Thank you for being number 60. I'm glad you're here because we got to drag AkaTidday in one more minute. And we got to go through that video of Tory Lanez, okay? The angry leprechaun from Canada, okay? And you know, his supposed stabbing. We're going to get into all of that. Oh, Lord, DT calls Brit and her husband the Suck It Twice twins. You crazy. You crazy. And I'm glad you're running that reflection corner because I'm going to need you to go in there for 22.5 seconds and arrange the chairs. Because we got to get into the Bang Bang sleazy of it all. So listen, y'all know she had that confusing event on Sunday, right? Where it was the polo plus golf plus the country club plus draws and brown boxes plus food for 7 people. Okay. That's what she gave us on Sunday. Oh, let me tell you what else she gave you on Sunday. Let me just, you know, see, we got to get into this. Now, see, our newest baby say Bang Bang sleazy husband look weird and act like he on that powder. Now, he do give that, you know, sometimes he's in an altered state. I don't know whether he really is, if that's his natural state, but his natural state does look a little altered. Looks a little altered. Okay. Real quick, while I pull this up, because we got to get into this part of Bang Bang story too, because I was very uncomfortable, and I will not be the only one who's seen it. I will not. The devil is a lie. So, real quick, for those of y'all who were not made aware, Brian McKnight's son Nico has gone on to be with the Lord. His uncle, Brian's brother, went live and reported that he had been battling cancer and he has lost that fight and he's gone on to glory. Okay. And I'm going to assume that because I don't know that baby was not saved. So I'm going to assume he is. So, you know, may he rest in perfect peace. You know, I hate to hear about young people losing their lives, you know, gone so soon, but you know, the Lord knows best and we can't question. We can, but ain't no point. So, you know, RIP to that young man. Also, for those of you who were around when we were watching Carlos King's, what was that show called? Bad and Bougie or Bad and Bougie Atlanta or whatever, Bougie Atlanta or whatever. Y'all remember that? Put a one if y'all remember that show. So do y'all recall the guy who was on the show with Malaysia? The one I told y'all is from my hometown, from Ocala, that she was out shopping with, and they showed the total, but they never showed nobody swiping the card. Now that's my classmate. You know, we all came up together. You know, some of us went off into the little members only situation where we could gossip real good. And I did gossip real heavy. Some of y'all were there. He too has gone on to be with the Lord. Okay. Kenny Clark has gone on. He's left us here. He's survived by his sister and his brother, his children, and the nieces, the nephews, a host of classmates, family, and friends. If anybody from Ocala is watching, you know, my family sends their condolences and prayers for comfort for the Rim family, the Rim and Clark family. He too has gone on to be with our dear Lord and to reunite with his mother, who we all love. And, you know, shout out to Miss Pinky. I had to throw that in there. We can't just act like that didn't happen. But let me back to Bang Bang. Bold and Bougie. That's what it was called. So y'all remember him. Yeah, he's gone. He has gone on. Hey, E. Davis. He has indeed gone on, and that was shocking. I got that news yesterday, and I was not prepared for that at all. And it was very sad to hear about that. And then this morning to hear about Brian McKnight's son, Nico. And we do know the situation. We've all been made aware of the situation between Brian McKnight and his children. And it's unfortunate that that young man has gone on, and him and his daddy was still not on good terms. So, you know, unfortunately. You bought you some RHOA Crown for your scalp? Listen, your scalp is going to thank you. Ain't nothing like RHOA Crown. If y'all ain't got no RHOA Crown hair grease, get you some. Family Dollar, last I checked, had the best prices. If it's still under $3, buy more than one jar. Okay? So now, let's take a look at something, shall we? Let's take a little look-see. So, y'all recall this outfit, don't you? Of course you do. Y'all recall this outfit, okay? So let's get into it. We're going to talk about Bang Bang Sleazy and her fabulous event with her outfit that she got from Pretty Little Thing, okay? Bang Bang and her Pretty Little Thing outfit that she regaled us with on Sunday. You got yours at Family Dollar? Good for you. That's the best price, my sweet. So Bang Bang showed up in this outfit with a hat that was eerily similar, and hers didn't fit so well. It looked like it was a little tight, and we did see Kelly and them laughing at her because her outfit was way too tight. However, I did think that was a little tough, you know. That was a little tough to do. I don't know that I would have done that to her to, you know, get on TV and tell the girl that her clothes was too tight. But I told y'all, Sister Baggins is not to be trusted because she claimed that that's her friend, and this is before they supposedly fell out. However, if you hadn't fell out with her, why was you sitting up laughing at that girl behind her back that her clothes was too tight? Why you didn't help your friend to make sure that she had on something that was as nice as what you had on? Because Kelly travels with a whole glam team, but this is your friend throwing her first event, and you let her show up in an outfit from Pretty Little Thing that was too small, calling it a polo event, and y'all playing mini golf and high heels and fascinators to end up getting draws in a brown box with no packing and food for only 7 people. Okay, so child, listen, and we're gonna get into the Fallon and Jalen Banks of it all. And I've spoken with Lil Jalen and everything, and I don't have nothing against Lil Jalen, but we're gonna drag them two next. You know, everybody gets dragged across this porch, nobody's safe, right? Lord Cultivate said, don't get me started on the paperless draws. So listen. So we saw what happened. The food, you know, and that whole situation was crazy. But Bang Bang lied on the young lady who did her event. And apparently the young lady who did her event was only paid to do decorations. And she was paid to do decorations. And she said she didn't even get all her money. She didn't even get all her money. And not only did she not get all her, then Brit goes on to blame her for her, you know, her event being garbage. Like, your event was garbage because you wasn't trying to spend no money. Now, some of y'all might have noticed that during the event, if you were paying attention, House of Aaron, you know, everybody's favorite YouTube nephew, you know, over here, we love House of Aaron. He's the cutest thing on YouTube. I absolutely love that young man. He was there, and so was Justin Diego, Mr. Bingeworthy. Hey, Miss Lovely T, thank you for being number 63. Well, House of Aaron, our sweet little nephew, was there, and he did a video, and he was trying to, as the young people say, shoot Bang Bang some bail. He was trying to bail her out and make her not look so bad in the video, but I don't think he meant to. But inadvertently, our nephew let us know that everything that we saw was absolutely true. She had not paid for everybody to have food, and she went so far as to try to bribe the media. She tried to bribe the social media table, and we're going to get into that too. But real quick, Let's see what the young lady that she's calling the event planner had to say, because she had something to say too. She did. And I think that it's not fair that Brit tried to blame her failings on this young woman. That's not right. That's not right. So let's get into it. Okay. All right, here we go. So this young lady, you can go to her page, which is Infinity Events _ATL. Okay. Her name is Bella. And Bella had some things to say. All right. This is what Bella had to say. So y'all perk up, because Bella don't appreciate being lied on. And I'm with her. I'm with her. She says, "Hi, I'm Bella. I want to address my appearance on Real Housewives of Atlanta, where I decorated an event for Brit Eady. As the event decorator, I fulfilled everything I was asked to do and more. However, some behind the scene details weren't shown. She chose to serve small bites due to budget constraints." So see, this is where, to me, this is where it all falls off the rails, honey. You're not supposed to be on these shows, and you can't afford to be on these shows, because ain't nobody gonna do this stuff for you. Like, Bravo's gonna give you something on it, but essentially, dear, these are your events. These are your events, okay? So listen, due to budget constraints, she wanted to pay for small chops, small bites, hors d'oeuvres, horse dovers, however you want to call it. Hey, Miss Kaiser, so say thank you for being 65, but did not pay for food for everybody. So listen, due to budget constraints, hence the outfit from Pretty Little Things, which she confirmed in a message, "I had no control over food quantity or service. As I'm not an event planner or caterer." So see, she's going around talking about my event planner. Ma'am, you hired this young lady to decorate for you, not to plan your event. Okay. She said, okay, as the event, wait, hold on. I want to be clear. I was not responsible. I'm just read this over again. I want to be clear. I was not responsible for the food. Brittany asked me to design a menu based on her selections, and the restaurant was in charge of providing and serving it. So the restaurant on site. And for those of y'all who have ever done party planning, wedding planning, anything of that sort, you know, in those type of venues, they do not allow you to bring in food. You have to pay for their food. And in some instances, when they allow you to bring food, you still have to pay them for not using their food. So I believe Bella in what she's saying, that the place was providing the food, that she had no control over that. The restaurant was in charge of providing and serving the food. She says, secondly, the venue was not available for private use. The club was open and operating. So it wasn't, Brittany did not reserve the space for private use. The place was open and operating. And me and the team arrived early, in all caps, not late, and was moved around due to production, lighting, etc. All things that were out of our control. She said we overdid our jobs. She then goes on to say, my role was strictly decor. I offered input on setup, including the use of high top tables and styling the dining table, which she approved. Lastly, any claims that I overcharged or misled anyone are false. I wasn't even fully compensated for my job and was still in dispute about my balance. So on the day of, when she's trying to, look for a scapegoat, this young lady saying this heifer hadn't even paid her balance yet. She said there's a clear difference between an event decorator and an event planner. Confusing the two unfairly shifts blame. Okay. And then she hit all her hashtags. All right. So that's a problem. That's a problem. Bang Bang was not able to do the event that she wanted to do. She had it in her mind. I'm sure she had something in her mind. I'm not sure what it was. She had something in her mind that she wanted to do, but it didn't come off. She went from polo, Kentucky Derby to country club, golfing, driving range, and then eventually draws in a cardboard box with no dressing, like no stuffing, no decor, just draws in a box. Draws in a box is where we landed. Draws in a box. So now Little House of Aaron, he said, hold on, I can cue it up to that part because I want you to hear it in his voice. I want y'all to hear it in his voice, but I also want you to go to his channel. I want you to hear what he said, but I want you to go and listen to his full video. Okay? All right. Now, let's hear what, our favorite internet nephew said happened. And I want to be clear. He was not being unkind to Bang Bang Sleazy at all. He really was trying to cover for her, take up for her and all of that. It just ain't work. It just ain't work. And it's not his fault. It's definitely her fault. And find him that she did, in fact, try to bribe the media. Okay.
Being a pill popper, and in the preview, I think she had, anyway.
Hold on.
So I remember Kelly saying, "Oh, what'd she say?"
Well, y'all need to hear some of this anyway. Hold on. Let me take this all the way down.
You want to see what your real friends? You want to see what your real friends, Kelly? Was Brit Eady not your real friend? Now the real tea is that her publicist said they really not even close like that.
Hold on. I want y'all to hear what she said.
Tell me weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks.
Hold on. We're going to go back to what Kelly had to say. Hold on, because it's a mess.
Everything that I gathered watching the show, being there, and hearing other people's perspectives, we were never supposed to eat. The only thing that's when, like, the girls are getting their food and they're...
So he's going to let you know that it was true. She had no intention on feeding anybody but the ladies on this, on cast after she invited everybody.
From everything that I gathered watching the show, being there, and hearing other people's perspectives, we were never supposed to eat. The only thing that I heard that we were supposed to be a part of was the cocktail hour, the light bites, the hors d'oeuvres. We were never supposed to have a table in that room. We were never supposed to be sitting down in that room. We were never supposed to have a menu. We were never supposed to have our chicken and our broccolini and the salmon. We was never supposed to do that. All on a bed of rice, child, okay? We was never supposed to eat.
Now let's address that. How in the hell are you having an event, inviting people to a restaurant that is open at a country club? You were not able to reserve the room. The place was still open for business, but you're supposedly having an event in an open restaurant with no reserved tables. You didn't even try to reserve tables for people to sit at. They had to just find tables where they could. And they were supposed to get some drinks and some small chops because of budget constraints while you pranced around in an outfit from Pretty Little Things that was too tight. Listen, it gets better. He was trying to save her, but the answer is no.
Okay, so I don't understand why. Clearly you saw that on the show. She said, I don't want these other hoes eating. Okay, I'm on a budget. Okay, Bravo only gave me a stipend. They gave me a certain amount. Okay, and everything.
And she was trying to use Bravo's budget to look high class when in actuality, girl, your budget don't match what you claiming. At this point, the whole scene with her saying, let me go down to the wine cellar. I need the camera to follow her to the wine cellar because at this stage in the game, I don't believe you have one. At this stage in the game, I don't believe you have one. You went to go and make 10 like you was about to buy a new Ferrari. I want to see you sign the papers and drive off in the lot. See, we already saw Mia Thornton and Uncle G pump fake like he was finna buy her a G-Wagon that we never saw her drive. So at this point, I need to see you drive off in the Ferrari or a Carrera or Urus or one of them luxury cars or something, because it's not giving it. Bang Bang is giving me she don't have the money she pretending she got. Not you trying to do an event and keep it within the constraints of whatever coins or nickels or dimes Bravo gave you. This is pitiful.
that's above that amount I have to pay for. And so I'm on a budget. I'm a new housewife. Okay, I'm on this show to make a coin, not spend a coin. I'm not going to be Kelly and just run up the check, not knowing how Bravo feels about me, not having a multi-year contract. Because how is...
See, he's trying to give her excuses for being broke on Housewives. Now, y'all remember many, many moons ago when our dear good sis Lanithia Monique Leak said this was supposed to be showing us the girls behind the gate. This is not giving the girl behind the gate. This is giving the girl who desperately wants to get buzzed into the gate. This is not giving the girl behind the gate at all. Monaco Butterfly say Bravo need a butt kick for platform and brokies. Sure do. Sure do. Gifty say, I don't believe she wearing no 10-carat ring. Me either. I need somebody to run past her with a diamond tester real quick. Real quick. Brandon say, doesn't surprise me to hear this. Bang, bang. This is the same person who thinks playing golf and derby attire is what high society does. Hello, good night. Cultivate say, if these folks don't stop faking it till they make it, in the court of public opinion, they will vary and rip these lies to shred. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. They are, and they need to. I'm sick of Bravo, Andy, Universal, Truly Original, all of them. Y'all know I don't wish nothing good for these people. Yep, it's giving Timu ring. It's giving there is no wine cellar. It's giving that man did not buy you that Ferrari. It's giving you faking and fronting because the person is trying to help you just accidentally told your business.
Kelly affording to do 5 events and have all of this. Anyways, child, none of my business. Boop.
So now he trying to drag Kelly, but y'all know how that go. Now y'all know how that go. Kelly is right now kissing Shamia's tail, and y'all know Aaron love Portia, so he gonna act like everything Kelly doing is so outlandish. When the truth of the matter is, Kelly is doing what you're supposed to do on that show. You're supposed to be displaying your lifestyle, not a fake life on Bravo's budget. Okay. Not a fake life on Bravo's budget. I don't really care for Frodo Baggins, but Frodo is doing what Frodo's supposed to do. Let us not forget. Let us, back down memory lane. Y'all remember when Deshaun Snow was the first one to show us what it looked like when a sister has a glam team in her house. So I'm not mad at Kelly for having her glam team. I'm not mad at Kelly for being able to do multiple events and not have it look like Mutt and Jeff put it together at the last minute in the backyard. Even if she did cook some half raw grits, she could afford to do what she did. The puppy party or whatever, I thought it was ridiculous, but that was her bread, and she didn't have to wait for Bravo and wait on the Bravo budget to get it done. So people can try to clown Frodo Baggins, but apparently Frodo got a bag. Okay? It's giving Frodo put the bag in Baggins because she can do her own events, and she's not waiting on Bravo's budget. Okay? Yes, I did call Kelly Frodo from the Shire. From the Shire, yes.
What happened was we was never supposed to eat, we was never supposed to sit, we was never supposed to have a table. We was never supposed to be accommodated, okay?
Hey, you dreaming right now?
The chatter has started, the gossiping has started, and it was kind of like, okay, well, are we going to eat? Are we not? Like, what's happening? The women started talking about it. Portia's like, oh, let me go eat fast. I think Kelly noticed that her team, her publicist didn't have a plate. And so she was like, well, I'll pay for them, but somebody needs to get my team some food, which is nice of her.
Don't try to play that off, Aaron. Frodo did the right thing. Frodo is letting y'all know. Listen, she got something in her bag. She's not just a Baggins, honey. She got some cash in the bag. She paid for her team. She paid for her team. She wasn't going to have her people there who worked for her, and she could afford to pay them to be on the clock, to follow her on trips, to events, and pay for their food and their accommodations while she's there. See, this is what I'm talking about. While I don't like Kelly, Kelly gets on my nerves. She's proven herself to be a liar and a weirdo. She clearly is not over here trying to be budget Barbie. She's not trying to be budget Barbie. Bang Bang is giving budget Barbie. Heavy. But listen, we're going to hear the bribery in 1 minute.
And so she had their back. And then eventually, I think that's when you see Brit go to the party planner and complain and whatnot. And she's like, oh, they were never supposed to get menus. They were never supposed to be sitting, whatever, whatever. And I think eventually she came to her senses, okay?
Parents, do you want to teach your child how to read?
Hold on. They always with a commercial when we getting into the gossip. Ain't nobody got time for that, girl.
A little too late. A wee bit too late. But eventually she was like, fuck it. I'm going to at least give the press table, okay? The area where the press and the media was. It was me, it was Justin, it was some other people from some other media outlets, right? I'm going to give them food. Because at the end of the day, fuck everybody else. I want the people on, a part of the media on my side. I don't need them going to the internet or writing stories or making videos or social media posts saying that I starved them at my event. So she panicked and she was like, fuck it. If you feed anybody, feed this table. Which was the table that I was at. She had came over. She was like, listen, I'm going to give y'all food. I'm going to give y'all some food. But don't be talking shit about me. I think I have that video.
Listen, you're going to hear her voice.
No, that. I love her. I fucking love her.
Now, why he love her, I don't know. Y'all know I don't knock nobody. You can love who you love. I don't like her. But we gonna, you know how it is on the porch. We got to call it down the middle. Miss Thing did an event that she was ill-equipped to do. She tried to make herself look high class because I'm gonna do this event at a country club, but we're gonna dress like we're going to the freaking Kentucky Derby. And then I'm only going to pay for food for 7 people. And I'm just going to order hors d'oeuvres and cocktails for everybody else. And then when I get embarrassed, I'm going to blame the young lady who I paid only to decorate and to design the menu, just to literally design the actual menu cards. And she blamed this girl knowing that it was her budget that was the issue. Her budget was the issue. It wasn't your event decorator, because what the hell does she have to do with the food and your budget? The kitchen was on site. You easily could have said, okay, I might have thought that was a good idea. I'm not sure why I thought that was a good idea, but feed everybody, I'm going to pay it. She did not have it. And then she decided to pay for the media table only. And then we hear her saying, I'm going to give y'all food and make sure it's hot because I don't want y'all talking about me. And then you hear her asking binge-worthy Justin Diego, like, I don't want you talking about me, Justin. Listen, honey, you invited the media. You didn't plan on feeding them. You didn't plan on feeding any of the people you invited. Even the girl, Paris, the little cute girl that was out there talking to Portia, you had no intention on feeding any of these people that you invited. You would ask them to come there to fill up the space, to make you look important at this weird schizophrenic event. And then you didn't plan to feed them. You blamed the event decorator, called her the event planner. And then according to her, you didn't even get that girl all her money, only for you to turn around and bribe the media. And so, our little Aaron is out here trying to clean you up. And I haven't gone to check on Binge-worthy's video, but I heard he kind of soft patted her. He didn't really pop her real good either. And I was just sitting there like, this has got to be a bad joke. This can't be what's really happening. So all the stuff that he said, I'm gonna go through that real quick, and then and I'm just keep it real, because I think it's easy for Aaron to kind of take up for her because she's being friends with Portia. We know he loved Portia, but I'm not taking up for her at all. Sabra says Justin said he wasn't fed. Okay, well, I don't know. I'll let y'all hear what Aaron said. Now, Aaron said this is the overall of the video. Please go watch his whole video and make sure you give him a like. Don't pop up on nobody's channel and don't like their video. So he said that he went as Justin Diego's +1. He wasn't invited. He said that he called Brit the most interesting housewife. There's nothing interesting about an ex-hooker who threatens to shoot people on RHOA. Okay. Bianca said that he didn't say nothing much different than what Aaron said. Okay, thank you. Thank you, B. So listen, that happened. They said the country club was out in Roswell, Georgia. He met Kelly's publicist there. And apparently Kelly's publicist was the one that told him that Kelly and Brit ain't even friends like that. They barely knew each other for about a year. That's the one that he told us way back when everything was first happening with Kenya, that somebody's publicist was rude to him. And apparently it was Kelly's publicist, right? But this was before that incident happened. He said he saw Brit and Mike walking in and out of the place. They were trying to get a shot repeatedly. He was more or less happy or impressed that Mike knew who he was. So maybe that's also why he likes these people. I don't know. Said that Brit's assistant let him into the space where they were supposed to eat in the restaurant early. Said Mike was frustrated even before the event started because he claimed that he thought the people were trying to set him up. How are they trying to set you up, dear? You hired your event decorator. You know what you all told the kitchen to prepare for. You know what you paid for. Who set you up? Claimed there were typos on the menu that the lady printed up. Let me look into it. Hold on. B says she sent me something, y'all. Hold on 1 second because I'm going to get back to it. Oh. Hold on. Not the country club suit Bang Bang for non-payment. Oh, we're going to pull that up too, B. Thank you, girl. Listen, we're pulling that up. So now the word on the curb is that the country club is suing her for non-payment. See, we can't do this. We can't do this. We can't do this. This is too much. So anyway, claimed it was typos on the girl menu. That was probably their excuse for not wanting to pay her. Real trifling. They blamed the poor young lady Bella. All she was supposed to do was decorate and make some menus. Thank you, Bianca. Shout out to B. Listen, B on the job. B on the job. Even when I'm on the job, she on the job. Okay. Said he ran into Drew, and Drew was like, oh, you need to be non-biased and you be picking teams. Like, girl, ain't nobody picking your team unless they just like liars. What else you say? Yeah, he confirmed that they didn't pay. Kelly paid for her team. Y'all heard all that. Nothing to see there. But now let's get into this about her being sued by the and this is coming from Giorgio Says. Some of y'all know Giorgio Says. Some of y'all don't. But y'all finna see this. Y'all finna see this. Of course, she's worse than Sheree. This is what you got to understand, Cultivate. Sheree be being cheap, but Sheree ain't po. Sheree still living in her mama's purse. Brit can't live in her mama's purse. Something's going wrong here. So hold on. Hold on. Let's get to it, because Giorgio apparently got some dirt on this, and he's saying the country club out there in Roswell is suing for non-payment. Okay. So let's get into it. We about to share this screen, honey. We about to share this screen. And all of this in an outfit from Pretty Little Things. All of this. All of this. All of this. In an outfit from Pretty Little Things. My Lord. My Lord and my God. Here we go. Y'all turn your sound up. Let me try to put my big old head down at the bottom. Turn your sound up as best you can, and I'm going to do my best for you on this end. Let's go. Let's hear what Giorgio says, honey.
Here we're going to skip out on the entire tab at the country club. At least you could have just gone ahead and fed the whole room. Actually, the country club filed a civil lawsuit against Mike for skipping out on the tab. A little birdie did tell me this morning that there was an actual document out there that did show that the country club did in fact go after Mike for that event that we just watched. That was horrendous, but I guess they felt like they didn't need to pay for it. So here's the document, and you'll notice that the date of the event coincides with Bella's text messages. The dates all around that coincide with this. This is obviously the event that we saw. It was a golf event, they called it, and a banquet. Okay, so it was about almost 10 grand worth of services and food, and now there's some interest added. So we're looking at about 10K that they skipped out on. And this document does show that on December 3rd, someone went to go serve Mike, but he wasn't home, and whoever was home, they suspect would be his wife, but she refused to provide a name. So not only do you owe Bella and Infinity Events $1,750 that you have yet to respond to her.
$1,750. See, I was under the impression that she went ahead and gave Bella her money, but apparently she did not give Bella her money. Bella's still waiting on her money as of 4 hours ago. Okay.
Her request for payment. You now have this side of it where you have the country club that you did not privately reserve the space. You added more plates, but only to the media and bloggers that were sitting at the table because you didn't want them to write anything horrible about your event. And then you just go ahead and skip on out. You don't even pay for it. You're just like, whatever. Now, there's no other documents that give any further updates to this situation. So I'm not sure if Mike reached out to the country club directly and worked it out, but there's nothing outside of these documents around this situation. I mean, if you're broke, just say that. Well, geez, Brit, if you were going to skip out on the entire...
So, listen. You mean to tell me y'all was trying to do everything on Bravo's dime, and then you didn't even hand over the money that Bravo gave you for the event? Why are these people asking for their money? And if y'all go to Giorgio Sayers' page, he has the court document there, so you can screenshot and zoom in and see the dates and everything. It corresponds. We're up hell since we on his page, and the young lady Bella has been corresponding with him, and she gave him screenshots of them text messages. We're gonna go and look at them too, because Brit, why are you on Housewives and you can't afford to be there? You owe this girl a little over $1,000. Get that girl her money. Get a girl her money. Now, we know when Toyota Forever was on this show, when her and her husband was separating, we found out she was barely getting over $1,000 an episode. You can take your check from one episode and pay Bella off. You not only did not pay Bella, you tried to use her as a scapegoat, dirty the name of her business. What if somebody actually believed you and then ended up not patronizing this young woman's business because of what you said? That's disgusting. Get that girl her money. Get that girl her money. So this is the country club looking for the money. But now let's get into the screenshots from the text messages where and what Giorgio got from Bella about the money that she still ain't paid Lil Bella over there at Infinity Events ATL. Okay,
Brit, can you just pay this event decorator her $1,700 so we can move on? Now, I know I already talked about this, but there's an actual legal letter from a lawyer to Brit from Bella, the owner of the event company, asking for this money. So as you guys can see, this letter from the law offices of Taylor Murray sent Miss Eady this letter explaining that she still owes Bella $1,750 because the...
Stop right there for her $1,750. Now, y'all see this. Lil Bella had to go and get a lawyer to send a letter, a debt letter Too bang bang sleazy. Girl. If you don't get this young lady her money, now I don't know whether you got to use your pistol or your whip, but go out there in them streets some type of way and get this young lady her money. This is ridiculous. But let's let Giorgio finish saying what he got to say.
The total amount for this event was $3,500. And Bella did provide me with some screenshots of the text message correspondence around this event. And Brit clearly says, we need to only have small plates for guests. I can't afford entree.
Not she can't afford entrees. Not she cannot afford entrees. Ooh. Bravo, Andy, executives, NBC Universal. Would you all like to explain to us why you got rid of Kenya and kept somebody on the show who can't even afford to be there? Let me say this again, because hopefully somebody transfers this over, this question, or sends it to Andy, the white powder ranger. Why did y'all move Kenya off of this show for the rest of the season? Did not even give this lady confessionals or anything after this hood rat threatened to shoot her in order to keep her on the show, and she can't even afford to be there. What are we doing? What are we doing? You're not even supposed to be here, ma'am. Right, makeup addict? And we supposed to believe she getting a new car every 2 years? No, ma'am, I do not believe you. No, ma'am, I do not. You owe this girl $1,750. Why is she having to go to a lawyer to get your money? To get her money from you? Because that's her money. Go ahead, Giorgio.
Tragic. Brit then went on to say it would be cutting too much into the budget if she fed entrees to all of the 20 other guests outside of the house.
So she only invited 20 people outside of the cast. So the cast plus 20 people, she said, was going to be too far outside of the budget. Paying for food for 20 people was going to strap her. And this is who Bravo kept on the show. Let me say this again, because I want y'all to really let this sink into your spirit. Paying for food for 20 people was going to strap her. So she only paid for the cast and then eventually for the media table so she could bribe them with food. And apparently it worked. Okay. At least for, Aaron and Justin, give you some food. So don't tell how raggedy I was.
Wives. It's also very clear that Brit has never thrown an actual event before, because treating your event decorator like she's the actual coordinator is wild.
Hold on, let's read some of these messages. So she's like, good, spoke to Emma. She's coming up with menus. I will send you. She said some of those small bites because it's short notice and they might not have it. So they were discussing the fact that she knew that the kitchen had to cook it, that they might not have it. So I told her to let us know what is available so we can improvise. She says, good, thanks. Okay, and then you see behind his head what she's saying, outside of our brunch, small bites, the whole event. Uh-huh. Wow.
And based on this message from Bella, the short notice piece is probably why they couldn't reserve any private space, so they were left with what they were going to get. But what about the Jumpstart agency, Brit? I mean, honestly, it would have been like 3 of these master classes you would have to sell with a couple add-ons, and you could have easily paid Bella back. From rags to rags, baby. You might need to ask for a pay advance on one of your Bravo checks, Brit.
This is bad. Let me just go on record and say that this is bad. This is really bad. This is really bad. Like, even I don't know how to dress this up. This is really bad. Bianca said Justin didn't even get a plate. That's the crazy part. He said he don't know he was missed. So even after her saying, "Oh, I'm gonna feed the meat table so y'all don't talk about me," Bianca and Justin is saying he still didn't even get a plate. Like literally over a stink little. How they burn something and then they pay it back funky and your funky little $20 over a funky little $1,750. If I get a new car every 2 years, not her. Not her. Y'all help me understand. Is this the same lady who was so offended because can you call her a peasant? Girl, did you get mad because that peasant comment was too close to home? Is that why you got so angry that now we got to bring pistols shooting folks? Because that peasant comment was a little too close to home. Is that what happened? Is that indeed what happened? Is it? Because I'm not understanding why she only charged you $35. You paid her basically half. And the rest of it you didn't. And you knew she was just helping decorate and put you in touch with somebody named Emma who said that it was the last minute on this food situation. And we see you saying that you couldn't afford entrees for 27 people because 7 on cast and the 20 people you invited. So you couldn't afford food for 27 people. So you only wanted to do 7 and everybody else was supposed to have small chops. I don't know. Yeah, he absolutely said from rags to rags. Because I did see where, you know, Drew Sademi was like, oh, a rags to riches show, girl, you need to be real quiet about money. And you and Rumpelstiltskin over there in that house perpetrating a fraud for a Bravo check. You need to be real quiet about money. When your mama just sat up here and told us you wasn't getting no child support and her and your sister been helping you with them children. I need Bravo to clean house. If y'all gonna keep this little raggedy stink show on the air, these people that's fronting and flogging, I'm gonna need y'all to get rid of them. I'm gonna need y'all to get rid of them because what are we doing? Because what are we doing? What are we doing? And don't think it's lost on me. Don't think it's lost on me that Kelly got bread and she ain't helping her sister. And instead she laughing at her. And this is before the supposed fallout. She already laughing at you. Clowning about your event that, you know, they out here playing golf in stilettos and your dress is too tight. Aaron said, if y'all go watch Aaron video, hey, Forever 21, Aaron said that Kelly was out there at the event like, oh, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to leave. I want to be around my real friends. It ain't lost on me. That girl don't like you. And I said that from the beginning. She switched out on Brit the minute she had a chance to sit at the cool kids table. The minute the girls who were more established could say what y'all what you want to say about Shamia. Shamia's been there long enough that she's established. She got a peach now, but she ain't new. And y'all know it. Hey, Lisa, thank you for being 81. She ain't new. So the minute Kelly could latch on to somebody that was more established, she was done with Bang Bang. Done. I still believe she the one went to them people to ask them to fire Kenya. I do believe that. I still believe that. But yeah, they ain't got no friends. But let's talk about a little bit of foolishness that happened too. We got some foolishness. Hold on. Real foolishness too. Because see, it's people begging for jobs. We got another broke person begging for a job, and we don't need no more broke people. And I don't really care how that sounds. We don't need any more broke people on this show. But we got some broke people begging, and it's tiring. And I think I can't say I speak for everybody, but I will say that I speak for a few people. I think I speak for a few of us. When I say we're tired, we don't need any more broke people on the show. Let me share this screen. Hey, Awa. Hold on. My. Let me pull me down. Thank you for being like number 86. Okay. So, okay. Everything started with, the people posting the ratings. And they do that all the time. Anytime something is supposed to be happening, or just I think TV Deets does it every Tuesday. Some people do it periodically if something big is supposed to be happening or something that people think that folks are waiting for. They'll post the ratings to, you know, let you see how many people tuned in, if it rocked, if it flopped or whatever. So they posted, say, what did they expect from Busted Barbie? I'm done. Not Pretty Little Thing Barbie. So listen. They posted the ratings for last Sunday because, you know, Phaedra came on, and I guess they were trying to say, oh, Phaedra didn't help them. Phaedra came in the last 2 minutes of that show. Phaedra couldn't help y'all. Not in 2 minutes. She did give us some kikis. She did. Absolutely. But honestly, if I'm being fair, for them 2 or 3 minutes that Phaedra was on the screen, Phaedra gave us oxygen. And I never thought I would be saying that out loud because I've never been a Phaedra fan. Like from the first time I saw her on the show, didn't like her one bit. However, Phaedra gave us oxygen. And the reason I say that is because we got a little bit of a taste of what the old school used to be. I'm talking about straight to the lowdown shade of it all. Funny, silly, ridiculous. Oh, I know y'all gonna go off about this at the reunion type shade. She gave it to us. From Drew being the fluid friend to Angela being the secret wife of Charles. She acted a fool. She gave it to us in them little 3 to 5 minutes they put her on the screen. So, you know, you still can't blame social media. Social media got a social media. People got to have posts. They got to have content. So they posted the ratings. And of course, you got Kenya Moore, our good girl, Skin Your Pores, sitting up and posting eyeballs under the viewership, under the numbers, which to me, I'm just like, Kenya, girl, did they do you wrong? Yes, ma'am, they did. You did yourself wrong too. And so the fact that they let somebody threaten to shoot you and they didn't do nothing about it, you went too far and gave them all of the ammunition they needed to take you out your job and trick you out your check. You did that, Kenya. Now you still watching the show, sitting up, putting eyeballs up underneath the ratings. Now let me get on you real quick, because you know I don't like you either. You know I don't like none of them. Hey, Miss Gigi, thank you, girl. All right. So listen. Kenya, what you should have been doing and what a lot of us expected from you when you was like your confession, we thought you was going to give us a confessional after every show. Instead of giving us eyeballs up underneath the ratings, ma'am, you're supposed to be on your YouTube, you, Miss Moore, under your YouTube, racking up them views and and getting that money flowing into your house. Because while I do not like you, I can barely stand you because you lie a lot too. I do want to see you get your bread. Them people did you wrong. They messed you out your money, and then you help them to further mess you out your money. Like you help them do you in. I don't like what they did to Kenya, but I don't like that Kenya was dumb enough to give them the ammunition to do it, if that makes sense. So on her, instead of her going to her YouTube channel after every week, giving us confessionals, giving us your tape, giving us your review on the show, she giving us eyeballs underneath numbers on ratings. So, you know, we got that. And so then here come the clout chasers. Okay. So then we got little Jalen Banks. You know, Jalen, the pool boy that Fallon got pregnant for while she was with Simon. See, this is why it gets on my nerves when I hear people saying, oh, Portia took the lady husband. The lady left her husband for the pool boy. So the pool boy, Jalen, you know auntie don't mean no harm, okay? I still got love for you. Anywho, instead of this just coming and going like it went, because he saw Kenya put eyeballs under the ratings, here come the pool boy talking about, if my wife was on there to shake tables, it wouldn't be a problem with the views. Darling, she can't give us no views. We're not interested in the lady who got pregnant by the pool boy. Like, there's literally nothing. When he first put that, I was in the comment section saying no, because at the end of the day, we don't need that. You gave us nothing while you was there, and after you left, you gave us nothing at all. And then they got Bang Bang Sleazy, who people are saying is your cousin, and I low key believe it is your cousin. okay, on the show. And she ain't giving nothing but outfits from Pretty Little Things and lawsuits from the country club and the event decorator. So here she go talking about get the viewers what they asking for because I'm coming with receipts. Girl, we don't care about your receipt. Are you gonna give us a receipt about you hunching the pool boy and getting pregnant? Is that what we gonna get? Or you want to show us pictures of Simons Johnson not functioning? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not judging off of that. Like, we knew Fallon was loose because when we met her, she had 4 children from 4 different men. So we already knew she had a friendly coochie. This we knew. Okay? I'm not judging you because you got tired of playing with that limp noodle. However, when you married that limp noodle, you knew you was agreeing to play with that piece of overcooked pasta for a check. Okay? Now, when you decided you was finna go hunch the pool boy and get pregnant, you threw your husband away. Nobody took your husband. You threw your husband away. And then after you was pregnant, Fallon, the only thing you could tell me is who did you tell your business to and why did Portia know so she could go snitch on you? Because Portia clearly snitched on Fallon. And y'all know I'm going to go to my grave believing that, and you're not going to convince me otherwise. Portia found out this girl was pregnant from the pool boy, who she's now married to, and went and told Granddaddy. And that's when we saw Granddaddy online every 2 minutes, dragging Fallon, posting videos of her stumbling up to the house with the, you know, after cheating with the man and all this other stuff. Lying about being pregnant, got mad because one of the bloggers caught her out, took a picture of her with her big belly, and was lying about that. Like, Fallon, girl, we don't need you back on the show. What, you gonna cheat on the pool boy too? You gonna cheat on this little kid too? Because I think Jalen, what, 10, 11, 12, 13 years younger than you? Hey, Sean, living life. Thank you for being 87. Say, what's up with the broke housewives of Atlanta? I don't know. That's why Mia Thornton thinks she could be on there, because they got all these broke women. So she says she wants to fit in. Okay? So I thought we wanted to see rich folks living ostentatiously and doing things, not broke folks living regular schmegular. That's what I was told we was watching. We're supposed to be looking at some black opulence, not Negroes racking up bills and not paying them. That is not what I was told we was watching. Right, Portia saw it come up and she went and snitched on that girl. Now that's what she did do. And y'all know I don't agree with that either. I feel like if people married, if she was cheating, let her husband find out on his own that she was cheating. If she was pregnant, let him find out on his own that she was pregnant. Because Portia snitching might have messed up everything. For all we know, Fallon could have had it in her mind that she was going to go get that flushed out and, you know, pretend like nothing happened. It ain't like he was going to know the difference. It ain't like he was going to be jumping off in there to be like, oh, it ain't gripping the same. He can't. He wasn't going to know nothing. Now, he had the video of her stumbling back up to the house or whatever, but she could have said, I went drinking and Jalen was helping me back in the house. Anything, any lie could have been told. But by Portia snitching on that girl, you basically put her in a spot where, okay, yeah, I am caught out there. So then she had to go head on. Now, at the end of the day, let us not forget, the same Jalen is talking about, oh, put my wife on the show. She can shake tables. She can't shake a goddamn thing. Let us not forget that after her and Simon split up, after she got outed for being pregnant from the pool boy, which is little Jalen, and remember, she bought him a pickup truck and she bought him a ring, and they was posted on social media talking about the Pinas. How is it the Pinas? You not taking his name? You're not taking his name. You don't have his name. Because even now on social media, it's just her first name. She's still not going by that boy name. She had to buy her own ring, and they was all at the bowling alley. She had to buy him a pickup truck. So he ain't got no money. And remember, he came to social media, and I had talked with him after. You know, still got inboxes. Auntie got some screenshots too, where he was talking about the fact that she groomed him. And don't nobody want to talk about that because he's a young man. And you know, it's not okay to talk about young men being groomed, but they get groomed too. Because he was way younger than her, and she was going to him crying, oh, he's not nice to me. Oh, you know, he's neglecting me, and he feeling like, oh, I'm saving this nice lady who's close enough to my age, and I'm attracted to her, and he felt like he was saving her. That's what predators do to younger people. She groomed that boy, I'm with him. But then he turned around and married her, which that ain't shocking either. A lot of people end up marrying their groomers and their abusers. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. Cultivate, he said she groomed him, and I believe him. I believed him. That's right. Now, Cultivate say Portia stepped into nightmare. She could have stayed low. Uh-huh. She ain't have to marry Granddaddy Africa. She sure didn't. Yes. Yes, Cultivate. That's where he was. He was in them 20s. And she took advantage of that young boy. And see, Portia jumped in there trying to be smart. Oh, she pregnant. Let me snitch on her. I'm going to go and pick this check up. I'm going to go and pick this check up. And she ran her behind up in there. And she probably was like excited. Oh, I ain't even got a hunch because his you know what don't work. I'm going to spend money. Till she went to putting 2 and 2 together and finding out that he ain't even who he say he is. He got IDs with different names on them. He doing all kind of citizenship fraud and everything else. And then you want to run because he wouldn't let you see where all the money was and where it was coming from and how he was financing certain things. Then you got spooked and ran because you got scared your money was going to get tied up with the stuff he was doing. I don't know when Portia going to tell the truth and shame the devil. Because she another one like to lie. She'll tell a hot lie in a minute. Miss Gigi say Portia told so she could move in, but her entire plan backfired on her. Tell it again. Say it again. This is the proverbial dig one hole, be sure to dig two. That's right. But now you got Jalen talking about he won't Fallon back on the show. I bet you do. Because see, Fallon got one rich baby daddy. And I think she probably living off that money. So that means Jalen living off that money too. However, because I don't think Jalen working nowhere. However, he want her back on that show because he thinking, okay, then I could get famous too, because then I could be on the show. And then she can get the check from Bravo. He's not understanding that ain't finna be, you know, no lifestyles of the rich and famous. But I think he's hoping he can get famous, you know, by being on the show with her. So he begging for her to be on the show. And she talking about give the people what they want. Baby, the people don't want you. The people don't want you. Don't nobody need nothing to do with you, Fallon. You got 3-4 children with 3-4 different men. You ain't got but one rich baby daddy. And now you over here with a foster son you done married. You done married this young boy. And he's spending your money. And you want that on our television. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. We already got Bang Bang Sleazy throwing events that she can't pay for. She owed the decorator $1,750 and can't pay it. And whatever Bravo gave them for the event, her husband ain't even get that to the country club. Now they suing them. We don't need no more broke people on our televisions. No, thank you, Fallon. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I don't care how nice the child support from the rich baby daddy is. We don't want to see that on the show. I think I speak for most of us when I say we are not interested. So they was on Marriage Boot Camp line. Uh-huh. Yep, never win when you play dirt. That's why I keep telling y'all, all these people are bad people. And y'all ain't gonna believe it was somebody in my comments. Y'all know I very seldom have to block anybody. I had to block one lady because I guess she got mad because I wouldn't lie on Portia. Hell, Portia dirty enough that I could tell the truth on her. I don't have to lie on her. I'm not finna lie on nobody. I can tell the truth. You dreaming right now? Say he was talking about how stressful it was taking care of her and her kids. Uh-huh. That's why he wants her on that television show. The life will say her and her so-called cousin throwing them tacky parties. Hello? Mm-hmm. Yep. Dry begging. That's what they doing. Begging to be on the show. And somebody in the comment section that said, begging to be on a show where somebody took your husband is crazy. If you claim that she took him. Sean Living Life said, ain't pool season now. Jalen should be having work. He should. He need to go back to cleaning them pools and being a towel boy and stuff. Right. The lifestyle of the desperate and broke is what's giving it. Is what it's giving. Listen, I watch some of these ladies do have some friendly coochies, you know. And I'm not judging. If that's what you want to do, that is your life. You're an adult. That's fine. But we got to call it what it is. But that's what's going on. They begging to be on the show because they need a check real bad. Just like we got Mia Thornton showing up to events in Atlanta, taking pictures, standing next to Shamia, hoping that's going to get her on Atlanta. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say we don't want to see no more broke folks on Atlanta. Hey, Ryan Hardy. I heard people saying that, but if they don't know that's true, they shouldn't say that. I don't believe that to be the truth. We've never seen any evidence of that. And to be quite honest, Drew looked like she got old parents. Some of y'all know what I mean. And I'm not going to expound on that. But some of y'all know what I mean. Y'all know them old men children have a look. They have a look. They have a look. I don't think her sister's her mom. I think her mom and her daddy got too old to be having children, and they had one more. And it was Drew. That's what I believe. So we're not done. No, we're not done. So let me ask y'all before I do it, in case I have to cut it out. Y'all want to take a look at this video of Tory Lanez supposedly being attacked in this prison? Because I do. Because I think I smell a lie. I think I smell a lie. Y'all want to look? Because if y'all want to look, we can go look. If y'all want to look, we can go look. Let me know in the chat. Give me a 3 if you want to go look. Give me a 4 if it's hell no. 3 if you want to go look. 4 if it's hell no. If y'all want to go look at the video where he was attacked by Santino Casio, let me know. 3 for the look, 4 for the no. Oh, I see a lot of 3s. Well, let's pull it up then. Let's pull it up then, because see, somebody been lying. Somebody been lying. Y'all know I can't stand all that. Y'all know I ain't, you know my nerves bad. My nerves bad. See, bad enough. Him, his team, they steady harassing this young girl. They harassing Lil Megan. And while I'm pulling this up, I'm gonna tell y'all what I think. Hey, Nashina M. It bothers me. Not because I feel like Megan is a saint or whatever. She's a young girl. She's having her fun. She's making her money, right? It bothers me because this child ain't got no mama. And y'all steady poking and picking. You steady poking and picking. Oh, we got new information. We got new information. We gonna release it in 36 hours. 36 hours came and went, and then they came putting out a bunch of stuff that we already seen. We already seen the video from the body cam. We already heard the audio from the person that couldn't give us a straight story on what they saw. And, oh, I think a girl shot in the car. All this stuff was at trial. Shout out to Nick at Night. Hell, King Payne too. I think that's his name, the real King Payne, the official King Payne. If I'm saying his name wrong, y'all forgive me. But y'all know which young man I'm talking about. They was at the trial. They was reporting everything happened every evening. Little Nick at Night with her cute self. She had the paperwork, was reading the transcript and all. So all this stuff that they talking about is new evidence. Is stuff that's already been out. This stuff was already in the courthouse. And then the stuff that they're not releasing is just old stuff, calling it new. They got the nerve to just spread misinformation. They go from 1 minute, the child didn't get shot at all. Then, because she just stepped on glass, she didn't get shot. Then they switch it up. Kelsey shot her. So was she shot or was she not shot? All they do is lie. Just lie, 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 lie. Chaw, chaw, chaw. And it don't stop. And it don't stop. But that's okay. We're going to look at this video. I feel as though we should listen to the audio of what Santino said happened first. Because Santino gave us his version of what happened first. And it was a lot of people trying to convince the rest of us, oh, he lying. It was a hit. It was Rock Nation. It was Rock Nation. Jay-Z apparently is doing everything. He attacking everybody. He is the new Batman. He is the Black Batman. He just hides in the night and jumps out and attacks random people. He causes you to shoot people. He causes you to go to jail. Apparently, according to the weirdos online, he made Chris Brown hit that dude in the head with that bottle a few years ago, and then made him go back to the UK to the scene of the crime and get arrested. Like, Jay-Z is literally doing everything. So, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So hold on. I'm pulling up, trying to get to Santino's audio, where Santino is talking to someone. Oh, and y'all, did y'all see Smokey Robinson is suing for defamation for them people claiming he was stealing coochie? Listen, y'all better be careful lying on folks these days. People ain't taking it no more. Be careful. Be careful. Hold on. It's going to take a minute because Santino's audio was a while ago while the video of the alleged attack happened more recent. Much more recent. Child, did y'all see Jaheim done got arrested again too? Y'all pray for Jaheim. I don't know what's going on with Jaheim. That's our good buddy. He got that good voice. I don't know what happened to him. Po Jaheim. It's gonna take me a while. Yeah. That audio from Santino happened such a while ago. I'm having to get it, y'all. But yeah, y'all pray for Jaheim. I don't know. Does anybody know what happened to him? I don't want to believe that it's drug use of any kind. I just don't know what could have happened. Because that was our guy, and he had a really, really good voice. And it's just unfortunate that happened. You know what? I'm not gonna worry myself with that. Let me grab it this way. Hold on. Is this the one? Why are they not wanting to play that? Give me 1 second, y'all. I want this man to be able to speak for himself. Okay. I mean, this will do a bit of play. Hold on. Because I want y'all to hear this in his words, what he claimed happened. And then I want y'all to hear what he claimed happened, and we're gonna look at this video. Okay, here we go. Got it. Now we're into something. Okay. All right, so let's share the screen. Turn your sound up. So we're going to listen to his words and what he claims took place and what was going on. And I want y'all to bear in mind what I told y'all I thought about this too. Look at this gentleman. This is not a gentleman who's new to violent activity. You can tell by looking at him. I'm not trying to judge you, Mr. Casio. But this is Santino Casio, the gentleman, if we can call him that, who admitted to, lacerating the angry leprechaun from Canada. So let's hear from Santino.
He said I put money on his head. We had a little discussion or whatever. So the next morning, that night, he said some kinds of crazy. So the next morning, I came out to see if everything was good. Fitz Bond talked to him. He said, yeah. So I was going back into my cell. And when I looked back, instead of going to cell, he was walking towards my door. He stood in front of my cell, looked at his boys, made his little smirk. And when he showed me what he had and something in his pocket, I just rushed him.
What do you have in his pocket?
I just rushed him. What he showed me looked to me like I believed it could be a weapon at the time. So I rushed him and I just snatched him. I just took advantage of him. He was weak. I found out the same thing. He tried to put money on my head. So
okay. So if y'all couldn't hear well, Santino said, okay, he said, right, why that's a good old criminal, okay? Santino said that he was told that Tory was saying he had put money on his head. So apparently they had words. And then the next day, he basically confronted him. Now he's saying, "Oh, I talked to him." You didn't talk to him, Santino. You confronted him. Okay, let's translate from regular English to convict. You confronted him. Then he said he went back to his cell. Then he said that, the head said, "Oh, we cool, or whatever," right? We know that don't mean y'all cool. That means, okay, you better watch your back, and I'm going to watch mine. He claimed he went back to his cell, and instead of Tory heading back to his cell, he said that Tory stood in front of his cell and looked at one of his friends, smirked at him, and then showed him something that was in his pocket that he thought was a weapon. And Santino, being the gentleman that he is, who is apparently very accustomed to prison life and acts of violent crime, said that he did not wait to find out what Tory was getting at. He was not, apparently Mr. Casio, that gentleman, is not someone you can casually threaten. Hey, Chef Blondie. And so he felt like he was threatened and he did not wait. According to Santino Casio, he rushed him. His words, not mine. He said he rushed him from inside his cell, rushed him. He said he took advantage of him. And that's exactly what it looks like. I think we should be okay showing this video because we see no blood. Like, we see no blood at all. At all. And I feel like I didn't see what happened before they came upstairs to where their cells are. But from what I'm seeing, it kind of matches what the gentleman, Mr. Casio, said took place. So we're going to take a look at this video. Yes, we are. I think we should. So we're going to switch on over. We're going to stop that screen. And we're going to switch over to this one so we can take a look at this video. Because being honest, hey, Miss Dime. Yeah, we talked about his son passing earlier. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate the support. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Thanks, sis. Yeah, we mentioned that earlier. And Bianca actually can understand Mr. Casio's point of view. She said, I know that's right. She wouldn't have waited on him either, to be honest, especially when I heard you had something on my head. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So listen, let's take a look at this. Like I said, we don't see anything gruesome, so I think we should be okay. If not, I may have to come back and trim it out. But for now, we're just going to take a look at this video. And, you know, y'all know I love a fight video. Anyway, this ain't exactly a fight, but, you know, my only explanation is I am indeed from Ocala. So I am a product of my environment. I am going to kill the sound. You know, maybe that'll buy us a little bit of grace. But yeah, let's take a look at this video, and I'm going to be stopping it along the way. If I lose monetization, I lose it. It is what it is. Y'all say y'all want to see it. So if we got to lose the monetization, we just lose it. But we're going to take a look at this. And in advance, shout out to the ladies who supported the stream, because we may need it. Since y'all say we want to watch, let's watch. Okay, let's go. So this is where their cells are, is at the top of the stairs. Okay. And this is the altercation between Mr. Cassio and the leprechaun. So let's go. Now, this person we see hanging in the doorway is the leprechaun. This is Tory Lanez. Okay, Mr. Skid Marks himself. I'm going to run it back. I want y'all to see him walk up to this cell. This cell in question where he's hanging at, that is Mr. Cassio's cell. So Mr. Cassio said instead of going to his cell, he came to his. Okay, so let's see. Okay, he walks up to Mr. Cassio's cell. He's hanging on the door jamb. Might I say he does have some very long arms for a midget, you know. Hold on, because it gets interesting. So let's go back to him walking up to the cell. So he walks up and he's hanging on the door jamb. And we see his arm on this side. I can't see what it's doing, so I cannot confirm what's happening, what's not happening. The guy that was upstairs left Tory up there by himself. And I told y'all, Tory ain't got no support in there. He's on his own. Okay, so wait a minute. Then he walks over. Wait, no. Okay. Let's run it back. Don't y'all get mad about the run back, because, you know, that's the only way we can call it is if we watch it. So we kill the sound. Hold on. He walks away from that cell. He goes like toward the cell, toward the stairs. Then he comes back to the cell door that's next door. And that's when Santino bursts from the door. So you went in front of this man's door. Now here we see, hold on. Tory walks away from that door, goes to the stairs. He then walks back in front of the other cell door, or is that the same cell door? Whichever cell door he walks in front of, Santino bursts out of the door. And he said he jumped on him and started taking advantage, okay? Which he does. Now right here, if y'all look closely, you're going to see Tory Lanez on the ground, kicking his legs like a cockroach. Right about here. Wait. Here. Okay. Santino bursts out of there. He grabs him. He goes down. Like, he wasn't even trying to fight back. He's just on the ground kicking. Y'all see him? Just kicking like a cockroach. And Santino is holding on to him by his hoodie. It looks like he has on a sweatshirt or a hoodie. And he's holding on to him by the sweatshirt. Okay? Right, Bianca. Why would a guard gnome even play with somebody like that? You know why? Because a lot of these people jump in the music industry and think if they talk gangster on a track, it makes them a gangster. You're not. You beat up women and you attack little guys like August Alsina who got sickle cell. Like, why would you do that? Very puny dude. And he's on the ground. Hey, Rochelle, thank you for being like number 5. Kicking his feet like a cockroach, like straight up raid action. Like, this is what we're getting. Let me see if I can make it a little bit bigger because I want y'all to see what's happening. Okay, that might help a little. So we're gonna run it back from when Santino bursts through the door like a werewolf. He comes in like a werewolf, like one of them true werewolf encounters. Okay, he bursts out when Tory's in front of his door, jumps on him. The other dude, hold on, I want y'all to see this dude right here too. Dude comes up the stairs, sees Santino going to work, and didn't even stop to help. Just looked at him over his shoulder, kept walking. Now we see Tory just kicking, just cockroach kicking into the air. Santino's holding onto this sweatshirt, and you can see that he's jugging. You can definitely see that he's jugging down. Okay. So something happened. Definitely something happened. And so he's steady pulling on, using the sweatshirt to hold him in place. Tory's kicking like a cockroach on the ground. And then we see him get up and run. He got up and ran down the stairs with his shirt off. Now, let's get back over here because I want us to see the run. This video is a little shorter. I saw one that saw him run better. When he was running down them stairs, we got to get it because I don't see anything red on them white pants. It doesn't look too terribly gruesome. Definitely believe you got poked up because we saw the poking. But I think they must have been flesh wounds because how was he able to jump up and run down the stairs? All these stories about, oh, he had collapsed lungs. I don't believe you. How when you're jumping up, running down the stairs? Look how he runs. He stands once that shirt is off and Santino can no longer hold on to him by that sweatshirt. The leprechaun was then free to run down the stairs. Let me see if I can move it slowly. See, he's running. He's on his feet. He's running. There's no red. There's no splotches. There's no, like if those were deep cuts and gashes like they're trying to convince us, there's no way them white pants would still be white. There's no way that sweatshirt wouldn't be covered. Like, miss me with it. Miss me with it. It's giving you got popped. Believes in JB. Adrenaline don't stop your blood from running. It don't. And there's something about human anatomy. If your lungs are collapsed, how are you running? I'm just saying. Right. Why on earth are you playing with Santino and DS? Absolutely. His legs do look like pinky fingers. Hey, Latrice Dudley. Blessings to you, babe. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He literally... Right. Makeup addict. He should have yelled dance B for a little extra razzle dazzle. That's what you should have did. So now that we've had a chance to review it, I don't want to overdo it in case we got to cut all that out because you never know if they come back and pop me, I might have to cut it out, but hopefully they don't. I went through that with y'all to say this. I smell a lie. I smell a lie. I don't think Santino got a reason to lie. Santino ain't never going home. He got 2 life sentences or some crap. He ain't never going to the house. Yes, and he was running fast. He did not limp out of there. None of that. It's giving Santino was very much in his cell. You very much walked in front of his cell. I don't know what you said to him. Whatever you said, you probably shouldn't have. I don't know if you showed him anything. If you did, you probably shouldn't have. Santino Casio, that gentleman that we saw, does not look like somebody that you should be like poking and playing at, like literally coming from Canada, pretending to be a gangster on a record is not the same thing as being in the prison with actual gangsters. Like, it's not the same thing. I swear it's not. And I think now he knows. Do not believe for not even a second that your lungs were collapsed. Believes in JB say, I don't believe the double collapsed lungs. Thank you. I don't. I think you're lying. I think that was sympathy so that you could, drum up frenzy in social media to have people go and attack Megan. Like, you've already shot the girl. Why do you need people to continue to attack her? Like, if you didn't want to go to jail, you're a felon, you're not allowed to be around firearms or even bullets even. So why did you even have it around you? Cultivate say, Alexa, play Last Dance. Yes. Last Dance. Last chance for love. It was your last chance. But the way he jumped up and flew down them stairs and your white pants were still white, like there was no leakage. We should have seen big splotches on them white pants and we didn't see that. Like you were on that ground. Santino was working you out for a minute, honey. A minute. That's why I say these were all flesh wounds. These were all very surface. Very surface. Yeah, you can feel the pain later. Okay. You can feel the pain later, but you're not going to be running like that with no collapsed lungs because anatomy is anatomy and it don't stop your blood from flowing. It don't stop your blood from flowing. Like you literally talking to somebody who's from the state of Florida. Back in the day when they used to call girls like me blade runners. Okay, we had it down to a science, honey. I'm one of the original girls that carried blades in her mouth, in her weave, in her bra, and in her panties. Okay, we know all about the X-Acto, the box cutters, you know, the straight razors, the loose blades. We know all about popping a dude in the club and he don't even know he been cut till he get outside. Because see, if the blade's sharp enough, you feel the lick, but you don't feel the cut. But one thing about it, they usually find out they cut because their whole side end up soaking wet. So see, you're literally talking to somebody who know about it. Ain't no way in the hell he had no deep cuts and them pants were still white. Ain't no way you had no collapsed lungs and you jumped up and ran down them stairs. You didn't. Right. Say it again, sis. Shout out to all of my nurses in the chat. Say it again. Collapsed lungs don't work like that. It's called anatomy. Your body parts can only do what they can do. Okay? Especially if he was speaking clearly right after that. It wasn't collapsed. Thank you. Tell them again, Belize and JB. They talking to people who has worked units. And literally with me, you're talking to somebody who worked nursing in the prisons. Right there at Lower Correctional. Main unit and annex. You talking to somebody who was in them prisons, running emergencies and dragging them heifers back up there to the infirmary. It's called he lying. And they're lying because they're trying to drum up a frenzy in social media. Now, here's the problem. Here's the problem. You want to know the problem? The problem is social media could not keep you out of prison. And so social media cannot get you out of prison. Let's start there. Number two, trying to get attention, hoping you get a pardon is a joke. Because let me get the pardon list from old Trumpy, him and his lace front. Because see, Trump and his lace front then already pardoned who they plan to pardon. And you wasn't on that list. All them stories you made up, and you wasn't on the list. Let's read the list. Melon and Coco say he ran up an FAFO. That's all. He's a convicted felon. And therefore, he was going to jail anyway because he was around a firearm, no matter who it belonged to. Tell him again. You can go visit somebody and they got a firearm in their house and you're done. You are done so. And he knew he was on paper. Like, stop playing with me. You can convince these squares who ain't never been in trouble a day in their life and all they do is play on social media and you can fool them, but you cannot fool me. I promise you can't. Okay? But these are the people that old Trumpy, the former governor of Connecticut, John G. Rowland, NBA young boy, which I'm not sure why, but he do have a gang of children. He need to be out here working and feeding them children. Former New York Representative Michael Grimm, Kevin Eric Baisden, Mark C. Bashaw, Todd and Julie Chrisley from Chrisley Knows Best. You know, he done got them out. Tannen Mansell and John Moore. I don't know who they are. And commuted Larry Hoover and Michael Harris. So it's like you did all that for what? For what reason, hon? You're not getting out. From my understanding, what they did do for the angry leprechaun gentleman was they moved him. That's what they could do for him. They could move him to another prison. That's all they could offer him. And that's all they need to offer him, to be honest. Can we be for real? That's all they need to offer him. That's it. No, he ain't gonna pardon Puffy at all. The U.S. attorney is throwing that case. He ain't gonna have to pardon him. And why would he pardon Puffy? Like, have you been paying attention to what's going on over here in the States, like, lately? Because everybody on Trump's team, everybody on the red side of the aisle were excited for Puffy to go down because Puffy had been very vocal about supporting and promoting Democrats that were running for office. Remember, vote or die? Like, the Republicans are really enjoying his trial and they want him to go to jail. So I seriously doubt Trump is going to pardon him. Like, y'all got to really keep up with what's going on. Makeup Addict say he wants to get a pardon, but not exonerated. But they swear he innocent, right? The same person who did not go and get on the trial, during the trial, didn't get on the bench, rather, and say, I didn't do it. Never once did you get on the bench and say, I didn't do it. You never put your hand on the Bible and swear to tell the truth and say, I didn't do it, because you did it. You did it. And then had the nerve to be texting Jason Lee talking about, oh, I couldn't take her away from her child. That girl wasn't even pregnant then. She didn't have no children. So what child you couldn't take her away from? A ghost baby? Which baby you couldn't take her away from? Because the baby wasn't here yet. And people will literally sit up and let this midget tell 50 different lies for 50 different days and use that to attack that girl. Belize and JB said, I don't understand why he's in general population. He wanted to be. You don't remember he said he wanted to be in general population? He asked for that. Plus, you can't spend your whole time in PC just because you used to be a rapper or whatever. That's not how PC works. Hey, Creepy. Happy Friday. Thank you for being like number 100. Two Adorable say, too much drama going on in the White House. Elon is sleeping with people's wives. So, are we okay? So, I'm just saying. So, all them people nasty. Don't start me, because I want them all in jail. Every politician up there, because I know all of them nasty. I know all of them nasty. Yeah, all of them. And Elon ain't even no politician. And we know how nasty his daddy is. Or did y'all forget about Daddy Musk running around offering people his baby juice? Y'all forgot that? Because I didn't. He come from a whole nasty family. His daddy divorced that lady and then married her daughter after he helped raise her. So he come from nasty people. So if he hunching somebody's wife and somebody left their wife around Elon nasty tail, that's between them. Because I'm sure it's somebody that's on the same side as him. Somebody who thinks he's a great guy. I wonder how great they think he is now. I don't care about them nasty people. We talking about the angry leprechaun from Canada. They wanted to pretend to be a gangster. That's who we talking about. And the fact that he was hoping for a pardon. And when Trump in his lace front started writing out pardons, his name was not on the list. That's what we talking about. We talk politics on a whole different channel, not over here. Because I don't care nothing about who them nasty people hunching. I don't. Say Elon left the White House today. He did his damage. I don't know. This ain't the channel to talk about them people. We got a whole channel for politics and news. And geopolitics and geoeconomics. We got a whole channel for that. And it ain't this one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You feel me? But yeah. Yeah, Trump in his lace front. That's right, Siobhan. Black, not blue. That's what we talks about that stuff. No, he's not in federal prison. No. But I think he was hoping that, maybe Trump might reach out to Gavin Newsom or he write some papers or say something to try to get him some help or something. Hey, man, I haven't been on in a while. I took a break because everything in the news was getting on my nerves. But I think I might do a live either tonight or tomorrow so we can catch up on what's happening. But yeah, that's the link to Black, Not Blue. That's where we talk politics, okay? And it's called that for a reason, because I don't want y'all assuming that I'm blue because I'm black, because I'm not. My color is black, not blue. Adrian Marie, thank you for being 101. Black, not blue, baby. Yeah, right. He can't pardon him, but he can't talk up for him either because them Republicans want him in jail. They hoping Gavin Newsom gonna let him out. I'm already aware of that. But what I'm saying is this. He ain't getting out. You shot that girl. If you had new evidence, you would have filed for an appeal. You can't get an appeal on old evidence. You got to have something new. Or you already subscribed over there on Black Not Blue. Thank you, Belize and JB. You got to have something new. He ain't getting out. But that stabbing video, the gash, that video, it was very telling. It definitely gave that you had a bunch of flesh wounds. It was not that serious. You got poked pretty good. You know, it's never fun getting poked up in a prison. You know, shanks aren't fun. They're not clean. But the fact that there was a lack of heavy blood loss and you were able to jump up and run off like that, it's giving that you had a bunch of flesh wounds and you played it up because you were planning to strike up a frenzy on social media. Like, because you know you had no new evidence for court. Thank you for being 104, Catherine Bennett. Thank you to Adorable. I'm glad you're there. Don't worry. I'm going to have to go ahead and, you know, do a news update over there, like either tonight or tomorrow. Tomorrow at the latest, but possibly tonight. But yeah, so that's what's going on with that. Now we got to talk about everybody's favorite pet gerbil, everybody's favorite chubby mouse, DJ AkaTidday. So y'all listen. This man is apparently really afraid of men. It's true. It's true. So I don't know if y'all been following what's going on with the young folks. You know, they got more rap battles happening, people going back and forth. I myself have enjoyed it. Enjoyed it immensely. I mean, immensely. So immensely. We had Joey Bad A from New York. Still don't understand his name. Like, the only Bad A we know is Boosie. Like, shout out to Rayvon. The only Bad A we know is Boosie. Why you chose to like bite off another man's name? Like, was he your idol? Like, was he your crush? Like, why you did that is weird to me. But it is what it is. Joey's a decent lyricist. Nothing groundbreaking, but it was a lot of back and forth. So he initially put out a track trying to get attention from Kendrick. That wasn't happening. So, but he also made a lot of, you know, really derogatory statements about the West Coast. The West responded in numbers. I mean, like, they responded. It was crazy. So we had Lil Rayvon. Shout out to Rayvon. Y'all pray for our little nephew Rayvon. He seems to have a lot of anger issues and violence tendencies. Hey, Lisa Triggs, every time Rayvon dropped something, I was, I was very concerned. His lyrical aptitude is top notch, but it was a lot of anger in those lyrics, a lot of violence in those lyrics. And while I did enjoy it, I did say a little silent prayer for Lil Rayvon. He was very, very rough. Daylight, Daylight gets dark. Daylight gets very dark. His arena is battle rap. He came back with a lot of stingers, really, really rough. Joey, it took him a while to respond back after, those first couple from Daylight and from Rayvon. And then when he did respond back, it was okay. It was okay. The minute he responded, Rayvon and Daylight was back on his head again. Belize and JB say that's just our Cali language. Yeah, but I beg to differ. Rayvon is different. Rayvon is different. He's a different one. I like him, but he's different. Joey gave up his, came and responded. Took him a while, and no sooner than he did, Rayvon and Daylight were right back out the door. It was rough. It was rough. I mean, hold on. Let me see if I can get the order of these tracks. Okay. I want to get the order of these tracks because it just escalated. It escalated really quickly too. And everybody was into it. It was them too. We got a track from Hitter J3. We got a track from YG. We got a track from, who is this? That boy CJ Fly. I'm not even sure why he jumped in, and he jumped in to help Joey. I feel like Joey should have been allowed to fight CJ for helping him. That's really how bad that was. Who else jumped in it? Oh my gosh. Some clear boy got in it. I'm not sure who the hell he was that Joey brought in. Lux jumped in it. Reason jumped in it. Like, it was a free for all. Let me just say that. It was a free for all. It was crazy. It was interesting. It was everything. I'm gonna just say that I enjoyed it. Even the ones that weren't that great, I enjoyed it. It was a hell of a lyrical display. It was something we haven't had in a while. I think the culture needed it. I think we need more of that and less of actual violence. Like, yeah, keep it lyrical. Keep it lyrical. I will say this: Hitter J3 made me a little nervous as well. His track Headshots made me slightly nervous. But it still remained lyrical. Well, apparently, once all the smoke settled, Ab-Soul then decided that he had something to say. And oh, did he have something to say? He let it all off his chest. And there was one line in particular where he said when he saw Akademiks, he was going to slap him. He was going to slap the mess out of him. I thought it was funny. But you know who didn't? DJ AkaTidday. He didn't think it was funny at all. He was upset. He was hurt. Apparently he just lost his mind. Jerry the Mouse lost his mind. Hey, since 58. And so then he started talking real reckless and saying he was going to shoot Ab-Soul. I said, wow. DJ AkaTidday is really afraid of men. He is afraid of men. Women, he will attack them all day. He will call them out of their names. He will threaten to do violence to them. All types of stuff. Saucy Santana threatened to beat his behind and jig him in the booty hole. He cries. Ab-Soul said, when I see him, I'm going to slap him. First of all, you want to be so involved and so entrenched in hip-hop culture, your name's going to come up in songs, dear, because you always got your mouth open. You do. And then when your name comes up and a man is saying he's gonna slap you when he sees you, you need to shoot him. You're that afraid. Now, this is what's funny about this. This is the same person that said he called they call Ab-Soul a blind bitch. And why are you scared? If he say he gonna slap you when he see you and you say he blind, it sounds like you're safe, because when is he gonna see you? That's one. Two, if this young man, and I love Ab-Soul, I like his music, I like his talent. If this young man does slap you, y'all are two grown men, fight. Why do you need a pistol? You're saying he's disabled, his eyes ain't great. So you're afraid to fight a man with bad eyesight? You need a pistol for a man with blind eyesight? So even if the man is visually impaired, you're afraid to fight. So you was afraid to fight Saucy Santana because he said, meet me in the street. He said when he do this, he mean meet me in the street. Meet me in the street. You cried, AkaTidday. You cried. Ab-Soul, who you have said a whole lot of disrespectful, egregious stuff about. This young man does have an impairment with his vision, which we're all aware of. But this young man with visual impairment said when he see you, he gonna slap you, and you need a gun for somebody with visual impairment because it's a man. Listen, I don't know when we're going to be honest about this thing. AkaTidday has a fear of men. Like, he's literally in fear. In fear. Like pure fear. I'm just not sure why. Why are you so afraid? Why are you so afraid? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I am. Now, for those of you who might have missed what was going on, just some of these tracks, so y'all can go catch up on what's going on and what you might want to go listen to catch up on what happened. Okay. So this is apparently how things went, because AZ Chike responded too. Like, it literally was a free-for-all. So I encourage y'all to go and catch up on everything. It started with Joey putting out the rulers back. Then Rayvon came out with Crash Out Heritage. Daylight had Hiyu, HIYU. Then the Red Bull freestyle. Well, that's not how that happened. There was also Impossible Patties that happened in between there from Rayvon. There was the Red Bull freestyle with Joey, with Big Sean and Ab Soul on that freestyle cipher. Ray dropped Whole Era, which was hilarious. Daylight dropped Word to My Mother. Joey dropped the finals, but the finals, I think he dropped that after he dropped Crash Dummies. I think that was the most decent offering that he made, was Crash Dummies. It was pretty bad. He mentioned Reason jumped on a track called A Dead Apple, and he ripped him to shreds for even saying his name. AZ Track jumped out with, I think, was it Rotten Apple? Or What Would You Do? It was something. He jumped out. Like, when I say it was a free-for-all, y'all, it was a free-for-all. These young folks had energy for days, and I was tired watching them. I was very tired watching them. Yeah, Joey also put out My Town. It was him and Loaded Lux. I don't know who collabs on a diss track, but that's what he did. Like I say, CJ Fly jumped out there. I guess he was supposed to be on this Pro Era label. I don't even know what Pro Era is supposed to be, because I don't think any of these guys ever really did anything. But it was a wonderful display of lyricism. I enjoyed watching it. Even the ones that wasn't that good, I enjoyed seeing them keep it lyrical. But on that note, I found it very interesting that these young men, who very much, you can tell by their demeanor and everything about them, that they very much have lived a certain sort of lifestyle. I think it's safe to say that. And to know that AkaTidday is definitely not from that. Like, you're a brand new immigrant. You only got over here in the 2000s with your mama, who committed immigration fraud with a fake marriage, which you told on her on Mother's Day. You know, shout out to you for stabbing your mama in the back. But you're a brand new immigrant. You were a tubby little boy who had to go to the prom with your mama. Like, you didn't live that life at all. And it's amazing that a man with visual impairment saying that he's going to slap you in a rap song inspired you to say you need a gun to shoot him. Like, you need a firearm to defend yourself against a person who is visually impaired. It literally gives you afraid of men. It literally gives you afraid of men. Like, literally. And so all that says to me, and I put him on the tail end because he wasn't worth a full segment. All that says to me is we need one sister to catch him and beat him mercilessly. That's all we need. We need one sister to catch him and beat him mercilessly. That's all we need, because then you'll know to watch your mouth with women too. So at least now we finally know why you're careful with what you say to men and about men. The young man from Chicago that was in front of him saying that he ought to slap the piss out of you. Why you ain't say you wanted to shoot him? Because you're afraid. You're afraid of men. So all we need is one sister to volunteer for tribute and just go stomp the piss out of this greasy, big, nasty infection. Now, I'm too old to be out here scrapping, or else I would volunteer for tribute. But that's all we need is one sister. And I mean an American sister too. One of our best to go and beat the dog snot out of him so he can shut up. So that way you can learn fear for us too. Because clearly, when it comes to the men, your fear knows no bounds. Your fear knows no bounds. Okay? Cole says, Wow, I didn't know Absol is visually impaired. Yeah, he has something with his eyes. I don't remember what they said it was, but he has some kind of condition with his eyes. His eyes are not 100%. And so AkaTidday was disgusting enough to call him a blind bee and all that. It's like, no, don't be so spicy, and then you already hiding behind a pistol you don't own yet. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. But it's definitely giving he's afraid of men. And I mean, somebody who has, fat pockets under his arm and he can't reach his own backside when he poos, he probably should be afraid. I mean, maybe he wouldn't be able to defend himself. Maybe he would end up like Tory on the ground kicking like a cockroach. Like, who knows how it could turn out if he actually gets caught up by some of these men, when he makes slick comments and stuff. So maybe he has a right to be afraid. Hell, maybe Tory should have been afraid. And then Santino wouldn't have caught him with that Jason Voorhees, you know what I'm saying? Or that Michael Myers, But yeah, that's pretty much it. So, if one of y'all want to add AkaTidday to your prayer list, please feel free to do so. I will not be adding him to mine. Let me be very clear. He will not be added to my prayer list at all. But yeah, let me do a real quick spin, real quick check, make sure we ain't miss no real gossip. I don't think we missing nothing. Child Todd Chrisley is out here doing press conferences and telling people that the Black people in the prison is being treated unfairly. And they were denied programming and access to certain things that he was not denied. So he's telling everything, child. Hey, Trumpy, you and your lace front, you probably shouldn't have put Todd Chrisley out. He gonna tell on your friends. Hey, Couture Bay, thank you for being like number 108. So Todd Chrisley telling everything that he can tell. Let me see if there's anything else interesting. Yeah, nothing interesting going on. I think we got all the gossip. I think we got it all. I think we got it. So listen, that's it, y'all. I just had to. Okay, Couture Bay say, tell it, Todd. Right. You don't let Todd Chrisley out. Todd Chrisley like, I done made Black friends in prison. I'm finna tell what you doing to my Black friends in prison, honey. So yeah, shout out to Todd Chrisley and his wife, for being scammers and fraudsters and going to prison. And then, getting a pardon. I don't even know how you go about getting one, but, shout out to you. Okay, shout out to you. So listen, Melanin Coco says she will not, for the record, be adding AkaTidday to her prayer list at all. Okay? All right. You adding prayers to make Chief this year. All right, girl. Well, shout out to you. And I hope all of the desires of your heart are granted to you. So listen, guys, that's it for the gossip. I am now going to probably go gargle with salt water, aspirin, some other stuff. My throat still does not feel great, but it felt good to be able to come here and gossip with y'all. I missed y'all so much. I missed y'all so much. But listen, so that's it, and that's all. Y'all know what time it is. If you did not hit hit your notification bell, make sure you click all so you will know every single time we go live on this good channel. All right, remember to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, because we are so happy to have you here. And also, if you want to join channel membership, there's a join button beneath the video and a membership link in the description box. Also in the description box, we got the link for my book, Little Girl, Big World, which is a survival guide for girls leaving home for the first time. Make sure every little girl has one. We want to keep our daughters, nieces, goddaughters, grandbabies safe. Okay? There's the link for the news channel, Black Not Blue. We got the link for our merchandise store so you can get your crown gear, okay, and represent the royal family wherever you are. We got the link for our storefront so you can shop for your home and I shop for my home and we can all shop together. And the link for my Amazon wish list in case you want to help me out with more notebooks, more pens, snacks, goodies, whatever. I appreciate all the support. I want to say a special thank you to my good sis Queen, to Miss Dime, to, hold on, because I want to say thank you to everybody. To Queen, to Miss Dime. I want to say a thank you to Siobhan, and also to, hold on, I want to get the name right. Hold on. Why is my thing going so slow? But definitely to Siobhan and to all the ladies who supported, Siobhan and Courtney, for supporting the stream. I appreciate you guys. And as always, y'all be positive, be productive. Make sure y'all are in Discord. I'm going to put the Discord link in the on the community page where it says post. Join Discord, keep up with each other in there, and then y'all know what's going on when I don't go live, okay? So listen, be positive, be productive, enjoy the rest of your day, encourage others, make sure you encourage yourself, and remember, as always, God loves you, I love you, and there's really nothing you can do about it, okay? I'll talk to you guys again soon, all right?